pound 250 send and say free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. And when you're there, ask about their cancer screening.
GimmeTheVin.com is already the best place to sell your car, and now it's even better with GimmeTheVin.com big cash giveaway. Gimme the Vin is giving away $25,000 in cash every month. There are 2 ways to win. Get 250 chances to win with your mail-in entry, or 1,000 chances to win if they buy your car. GimmeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. You know, one of the things that sets us apart from other Kia dealers is how much we can offer for your trade. When you bring us your car, over 40 Greenway dealerships compete for it, ensuring you get the best possible offer, as much as $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book value. So come see how much your trade is worth today, because we want to see you in a Kia. From Greenway Kia, visit greenwaykias.com.
All factory rebates to dealer, negative equity refinanced.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you by comparing and finding the best rates. You could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
I know what you're going to say. I'm not the type to sue. I get it. But you also weren't at fault. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't ask to be injured. You didn't ask for these medical bills. And you didn't ask for your car to be smashed up. Want to fight to hold them accountable? Just call Mo.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories stories of the day. The news junkie Sean Wasson with Selena and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from Tracy Morgan's mystery illness to shocking new evidence in Gene Hackman's death, and did a YouTuber fake a Tesla crash video? Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
Hey, guys.
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time.
You all right?
And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday.
So you're able to do that, but you couldn't finish a sentence?
I was saving up for that. That's
why he had to breathe in so hard.
Yeah. I don't know what side of the fat weight I'm on, but I have this certain fat weight. When I get to it, I can... My voice goes forever, and then I have this other weight where I go over it. I'm short of breath all the time.
You have like a Michael Buffer thing going there for the Share the Show Tuesday. Rumble!
I swear to God, it's 3 pounds in either direction. And on one side, I'm like, it's the news junkie.
Yeah. And that's like 3 steps and a full staircase.
Fastest kid in the world.
Just like on the ground, bringing the microphone to me. I am 3 pounds away from death.
No, you're
think
not.
That, yeah,
Relax.
I think it's bad. I think things have gone south.
Your doomsday clock is not measured in seconds. It's just pounds.
Yeah. And right now we're at what?
We're at 2:05-ish.
Oh, that's fine.
The scientists arrive for the big event, and then they just they take the scale and knock it over a couple of numbers, and somebody shakes a head and goes, St. Patrick's Day. Son of a bitch. Bad move all around.
Whoopsie.
But here we are on a Share the Show Tuesday. That means you spread the word about the News Junkie radio show. Tell them about me. Tell them about Sabrina.
Hi.
Tell them about anybody on this show.
C-Lane.
There's another Rufus. There's Weiler Tyler. C-Lane. And tell them about C-Lane as well.
I
all
tell
the people
about C-Lane all the time.
What do you tell them?
Nice guy.
I seriously doubt that.
I don't know. If you look at Buzdecker's post on the group here, it looks like sad sack is what I'm getting out of this picture.
Sad sack. What happened?
Yeah, okay, because they're posting.
Okay, here we go.
We have a larger problem going on here. And the problem
More
is...
than the stairs?
Yes, way more so. The folks at justcallmo.com have just turned into trolls.
By the folks, you mean Buzdecker.
Led by Mo and then all the other people, the minions who follow along. And they posted a photo of C-Lane for the celebrity bowling event, and he looks like he's about to kill himself. Maybe.
Oh, okay. I thought climax was the next thing.
No.
I mean, I've been there. If you Google image my name.
Look at that picture there.
That's a great pic.
In the arms of an angel.
For 5 cents a day.
You
can make sure that this man puts a smile on his face.
Folks, adopt a C-Lane. The end is near.
I look like the saddest pinball player. Come
I think
play
you look
pinball
hard.
with me. No.
Like a tough
I don't
guy.
know what were they thinking? They post this up there. They don't go. Forrest probably took 100 photos of C-Lane, and I'm sure in most of them he was like, "Hey, everybody, like a smile. Let's go bowl. Let's go play some pinball."
Because in the promo photo on the newsjunkie.com, it's more of a serious face. I'm going for like hard.
Yeah,
but here you're not mad. You're disappointed.
This one.
It's just like, print this out and just give it to Jackson.
I'm pretty sure Forrest just told a joke. Like he just got the punchline out, and then he hit the capture button.
This is the result of that.
You know what? I have spent 45 minutes of good time doing something useless, and that was chatting with ChatGPT to make myself, for no reason, not on the priority list, a background for my desktop, my wallpaper there.
All
and
right.
I was like, look at this picture of Carl and make it epic. And
Make it
then,
epic.
yep, and I'm like, just make it cool. And these are the dimensions.
Epicify this picture, please, Mr. GPT.
And then it sent it over, and I go, make his ears bigger. And then I said, make his ears even bigger. And I went about 17 times to give him the biggest ears in a futuristic / retro background.
Well,
so let's do it with Celine's picture.
No, let me see the one you made. Where's Carl with the Mongo ears? I've got to see this. Also, how high were you?
It was this morning. Totally sober.
All right.
Resubmit the question.
I was not stoned whatsoever. For some reason, that's just where my ADHD focused on. And I wish someone would have tapped me on my shoulder to say, hey, there's a lot of other things on the to-do list here.
Hey, that
None
doesn't
of them
matter.
Desktop background.
That doesn't matter. What matters is end product. Was the desktop background, did it do what you wanted it to do?
Oh, it absolutely did.
There you go.
And I'm sending it over now to you guys.
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
want to
very
see
pleased
this.
with the final product.
I mean, AI is just amazing. What an amazing time to be alive. What an amazing time. We'll show this when it goes through the interwebs. There it is. I think it's just arrived. Hang on. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that awesome?
What are the numbers? What
do you
is
mean?
2872-9?
I have no idea. At this point, I don't care because you should have seen the back and forth.
Okay, but you say that. There were other stuff that we did with AI that had random numbers that we just kind of got out of there. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, AI just AI just coughs up numbers and letters and stuff.
Just,
Sometimes
like,
it gets
throws
a
them in
little
there.
wonky. Yeah.
I mean, I wish I could show you guys the conversation. I don't know. C-Lane can totally see, but I'll show the camera here. Maybe.
I can see it perfect.
It's too
Yeah, I got
bright.
it.
Yeah, never mind.
Wow, you're
But I
really
was like,
profane in the conversation.
At some point, I'm like, very close, but his ears aren't big enough. And then I'm like, take out this boombox. And then they put a black bar over it. I'm like, do you not understand what I'm saying right now?
Listen
I love
to me.
you, and I appreciate the effort. And then the background, not big enough. And it was just a real big back and forth. Anyways, huge fan. C-Lane, I'm going to go ahead and spend that same amount of time with your sad picture from Just Como.
Oh, would it do that if you took C-Lane's sad
believe
photo
so.
and you put C-Lane's sad photo into the system? He said, make them happier. Make them happier.
yeah,
Make them
yeah.
happier. Will he eventually be like a
Joker?
Like the Joker, like a Cheshire grin kind of thing going
But
on?
look at that final result.
It's beautiful.
I can't
gotta
say that the next episode's going to be all that great considering the time I put in
You
this.
gotta,
but
you got to put your time where it needs to be.
Exactly.
And this is a
one
nice
of them
little
I'm
outcome.
getting paid for, the other one, at least I have a cool wallpaper.
No, but here's how I think about it, okay? This is just me here speaking. If something brings you some joy, it will improve your other work.
Yeah,
you know?
your productivity would be better.
Yeah. Like C-Lane's little sad face brings me a little bit of joy today.
Well, I'll have some results for you within the next hour.
Okay, good to hear. Folks,
you.
stick with us. Stick with us on the show today. Going to be a banger
Breaking
of a
news.
show, a big share the show Tuesday. And the way we got here, the journey that got us here was you can go follow any of us, whether it be me, Sabrina, or the other guy over on the newsjunkie.com.
Why are you doing that to him?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did I
It's
not
not
say it
very
right? Myself, C-Lane, and What's-Her-Face are all available on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. Nobody says / /share.
You
/share.
just showed your age, bro.
At least I didn't do what it used to do. It used to take so long to tell somebody what a website was. You just have to sit there and you'd be like,
HTTP.
It's like a what?
/
// videos /80263. It used to be a whole mission, a journey to get there.
Good times.
All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. So let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to, I did not think this would be happening today. It's a story in a couple of parts. The first one is from the White House. They posted a video of people getting ejected out of the country.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
They said, sayonara to these folks. Do I know who they are? No. But they said, you get out of the country, you're leaving here. And then they synced it to a song, which immediately I wondered, like, this isn't just playing a song at a rally or something. This is actually like using the song in a video. So
there might be an
do
argument.
you have to have, I don't know if you have to have rights for that. Like, I would imagine
we get flagged all the time.
Yeah, I would imagine if we made a video and put closing time, which is what they put here, as the people are getting deported from the country, I imagine if we did this same thing, that we might face some heat. Like, we might get a copyright thing going on.
And then double down on that, the actual band is like, we don't want this.
Yeah, I've got the post from the band in a second. I see this Border Patrol. I don't know if this is what's working, but
when was the last time anybody asked what Semisonic thought about anything?
Like, when we talk about immigration, we will be clearly going to the folks in Semisonic, closing time people. Hey, I don't know if this is working. Something is working because there's less people trying to go across the border than maybe than ever. Maybe than ever. The message has been received somewhere.
Who?
Says the Customs and Border Patrol people, like the daily crossings, or I don't know if they call them encounters or whatever the wording is that they used to describe how many people they run into.
Casual encounters, yes.
It's not that. Hang on. Daily border numbers. Because for Biden, for quite a long time, if you're trusting these numbers, Biden was wild west, man. There was
numbers.
Like December, when they knew Biden was on his way out, all the illegals were like, let's go. And 300,000 plus people show up at the border. Well, that was in 2022, I guess. Lots of people every single month under Biden would cross this southern border. And the numbers that I saw was like, I think it was less than 600 or 500 or 300. There's a pretty low number that it had gotten down to. I don't know if they're like, guys, did you see the closing time video? I'm like, I don't know if that's making its way into Mexico and Central and South America. But hold on, where's the response? Give me just a second here. Here's Semisonic.
Not cool, bro.
Do I say Semisonic or Semisonic?
I think it's Semisonic.
Semisonic, they on Semisonic Band on X/Twitter, eventually just say X. They said, we did not authorize or condone the White House's use of our song Closing Time in any way. I like how you got to specify closing time like those other Semisonic bangers that are out there.
They had one other in the system, and I already moved on.
I don't even know if I know it.
No, that's Fastball. Never mind.
That's a great song. Were you out of my hand? That's a good one. But Closing Time is the only one I know by Semisonic. They said, no, they didn't ask. The song is about joy and possibilities and hope. And they have missed the point entirely, says the band.
FNT from Semisonic.
FNT. Don't think I know this one. Oh,
it sounds familiar.
That
sounds like another band song.
And say, here I am, deport me, or pay for a plane ticket to get out of here? Because one of them costs me money and the other costs the government money. So which road am I going to pick? I'm going to pick the one where I get the free ride.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Like everything about self-deporting seems like a bad idea. Like there's no way in hell I'm going to do that. I think this is Trump talking about
people in our country illegally can self-deport the easy way, or they can get deported the hard way. And that's
I would argue that C-Lane's correct here. They're saying you can self-deport the easy way.
Now he knows my name. I was just about to say that. Just about to say it.
Christopher here, the newbie on the show, is absolutely correct in stating that if you say we could do it the easy way or the hard way, I'd be like, I think we should do it the hard way because the hard way sounds better to me. You're going to put me on a flight. There's probably not going to be a lot of people on the plane, depending on how busy the closing time has been that day. And I cruise over back to wherever I came from. Come get me.
People in our country illegally can self-deport the easy way, or they can get deported the hard way, and that's not pleasant. The Biden administration explored the CBP-1
sounds like
to allow
New
more
Orleans
than
bound.
1 million aliens to illegally
1
enter
million
the United
aliens.
States.
Get it.
Now my administration
Get it.
is launching the CBP Home app.
Yeah, what they did was they took the app that was there, and under Biden, you could cross the border, and then you could use this app to make appointments and stuff. And under Trump, they updated the app, and all you can do in it is deport yourself. It's the only feature is now that you can eject yourself. And you heard what I said, all right? Agree or disagree? But I still think illegally, if I'm in this country, especially if I have a family or something, I'd be like, come get me. Come get me. Why would I eject myself out of here? I would never do that. What do you think? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first, second, or even third dispatch right now on a Share the Show Tuesday. Did you guys party for St. Patrick's Day? Did you do anything fun?
I went over to Wally's after the show, which was nice. It was, a good group of people, not as crazy. I got some St. Patty's merch. I think a decent night. How about you guys?
Like the liquor companies had unleashed some on the bars to get out?
Totally went to town.
Yeah, Tullamore usually does that stuff. I got one from a friend Caitlin one time that I still treasure. She gave me, I believe it was on St. Patrick's Day. It was right around the time of all the COVID shutdowns and stuff, right before that. I think it was the last thing we did before everything started to shut down. And we went to her great bar, Ollie's. And as I was sitting there, she goes, hey, check this out. And she gave me it's like a book. And it looks like a little handheld book. But when you open it, the pages are all cut out and there's a flask in there. And
I have one of those too.
It's great. I love it. I have it up in my radio cabinet in the studio. And I think beer merch is on point for St. Patrick's Day. They really know what they're doing. They're really going the extra mile.
Yeah, get rid of the koozies, please, though, please. No more koozies.
Too many of them?
So many koozies.
What?
I've got a lot of work to do.
What? It just took C-Lane and made him hot.
I got the first draft of ChatGPT, and they're like, we'll just make him a different person.
Oh, my gosh. Did I get a tan?
What trick is this?
I don't know. I go, make him less sad. They're like, cool, we'll make him a different person.
Dude, when C-Lane looks maxes, does he end up looking like this gentleman who, for those of you hanging out with us today listening?
I've never looked like that guy.
You will one day.
Thanks for the clarification. For those of you just listening, he looks like the guy next door on a soap opera or something. This is the guy who's going to swoop up.
Looks like my friend Herman. Herman looks like more like that guy than I ever have.
Keep Herman away from the house is all I'm saying. Just keep him out of there. Because when you got Herman, and you can watch the show over on YouTube, and then you got C-Lane. Not that you're not beautiful. You are. You're a great guy. You're a great guy.
You're a handsome fella.
Not coming in tomorrow. There's a lot of negativity.
I'm not part of this. I'd like for you to be here, please. And I'm working with ChatGPT to be a little bit more realistic. However, I'm going to save that image from a spank bank.
It totally redid you there. All right.
Of me.
The second one.
He's really connecting with new C-Lane here. Okay, we're going to take a break. If you'd like to adopt a C-Lane, you can hit us up with a dispatch on the show. He is he's a sweet man, just needs a little bit of loving, and then it'll be a smile on his face once more. It'll happen, yeah. But when we come back, we got to talk about Tracy Morgan. I don't know if you guys have seen any
His
of the
tummy hurts.
stuff today. The what? Oh, yeah.
His tummy was hurting.
Do you think it's possible that it's like just a simple thing? Or
I don't know. It seemed like a big thing.
It seemed like medical emergency level what happened to Tracy Morgan. And if you're not familiar with this, obviously we know Tracy Morgan. We'll go back over what happened to him with this limo and the crash that he was in. I don't know if that's still happening to him or whatever, but we're going to get into all of this. We'll get into the details, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Need a woman in your life who responds to your most important commands? Hey Siri, play Real Radio 104.1.
On eastbound I-4, we've got a crash on the right shoulder past State Road 429 and a wreck blocking the right lane past Sand Lake Road. Westbound I-4 is heavy from Central Florida Parkway to State Road 535 and slow from World Drive into State Road 429. A wreck eastbound on Princeton Street at Formosa Avenue. An accident on the right shoulder southbound on the Turnpike past the Mineola exit. And the express lanes are closed southbound on State Road 429 at the Independence Toll Plaza. See traffic problems? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Daisy Ash.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Listen, you can skip this ad, or you can double your first year cash back with Discover. Still here? Good choice. Discover automatically matches all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
You know, it's mid-March, but before we know it, it'll be hurricane season. And we saw last year with the impact of hurricanes like Helene and Milton, how people had to deal with the damage from their homes. And when you're getting all your supplies and stuff, you never think ahead of time, I should be protecting my home too. I should be investing in my biggest investment, the thing that I trust to keep my family safe. For peace of mind, you want to protect your home, you got to start with hurricane impact windows, and you got to do that with my friends at Reese Windows and Doors. They've been installing affordable, high-quality impact windows for over 50 years. They're experts at it. They do it all over the state of Florida. And at Reese, most impact windows are installed in just 6 to 8 weeks, and now you can win them for free. How do you do that? Pick up your phone, text the word WOW to 20129. You will be entered in a chance to win $15,000 in new impact windows from our friends at Reese Windows and Doors. So do it right now. Text WOW to 20129.
Only two things in life are certain: death and taxes. How about one more? Switch from Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile to cut your bill in half with Pure Talk. For just $25 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, 5 gigs of data on America's most dependable 5G network. Making the switch, it's simple, fast, and easy. You dial pound 250, you say the keyword Pure Talk, and make the switch. You do it now, you save an additional 50%.
Stop having so much Celsius. The microphone's on. Hello, Skull Mug. Hello, everybody. Bring me a sip, please. No more than 2 Celsius.
I don't have more than 2.
One of those, and I'm jacked up.
I feel sleepy after my first one.
You're crazy. Ooh, this one's not quite as good.
It's the same as the other one. It's like guava.
Yeah. Kiwi and something?
Kiwi guava. It's chocolate.
What did you want? What did you call me over for?
The sushi rice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I need some more. But the stuff on Amazon is good too.
Is it?
Yeah, it's good.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think it's lower calorie too. Yeah, so I want that one.
What do you want for dinner?
I don't know. What do you want for dinner? I don't have time for this.
Okay, we'll think about it.
All right, see you later.
You know when I used to go to my granny's house?
Uh-huh.
We'd eat breakfast, and at breakfast she'd already be talking about dinner.
That's what you're doing right now.
I know.
Get out of here. Can't get any peace and quiet around here. Hello, everybody. Hello, all day yuckers. Hey, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hey, John. Hey, Jason. Hey, Bootsy. Hey, James. Hey, Four Season Landscape Designs. Hey, Abraham Dragonfriend. Abraham Dragonfriend is my favorite dude in chat. Absolute favorite dude. Biggest balls of all the chatters. YouTube and Twitch. Who is your favorite chatter you can't say yourself? Who is your favorite person in chat and you cannot say yourself? I think these days, I don't know. It's a tie between so many people. And I don't say that to be diplomatic. There's a lot of you that are great. Bootsy, crazy drunk cat lady. When you can get a little, oh, I forgot, what's her name? She changes her name every day. All of you are just great to me. But who's the best person besides yourself?
Park in a sweets shop.
American, je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin. Book now and save up to 35% off. Plus, kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Hi there. I've got a clogged drain.
A clogged brain? I have that sometimes.
No, a clogged drain.
Try yoga or drinking tea. Earl Grey is the best.
Earl Grey? No, I'm calling Frank A.
What do they know about tea?
When it comes to clogged drains and plumbing issues, you want a trustworthy, courteous technician that's dedicated to customer satisfaction. FrankGayServices.com.
Did you know that 40% of adults can't explain what a tax deduction is?
I can't either.
Well, we're here to help. I'm Leah Palmieri.
And I'm Matt Stillo.
And this season on Grown Up Stuff, we're making taxes way less scary.
There's no other time in life where you're like, am I going to get back $4,000 or am I going to owe $10,000? It's like the crappiest casino.
Listen to Grown Up Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Grown Up Stuff and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
You're hanging out with the three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. That's the basis of what we're here for. Really, we just laugh at the news. We try to have some fun, and we enjoy all the wild things happening on planet Earth each day. So do join us, and if you miss anything, get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. Let's talk about Tracy Morgan, because I must say I'm legitimately concerned after seeing this video of Tracy Morgan. He's courtside at a Knicks game, which I guess is probably like, I don't know, that's what the celebrities do. It's kind of like a normal thing. I don't know if he was even with anybody, which kind of makes this weirder. It just kind of looked like he was sitting in a seat by himself. And there he is, one of the most famous guys in comedy, right? Like Tracy Morgan's still relevant, yes? I mean, I would say.
Oh, for sure. But the last time that he was in headlines like this, it was after a horrible accident.
Yeah. We'll get into what actually happened. And I don't know if maybe that's playing into this or not, but this footage was wild to see. I'm going to go ahead, for those of you who are daring to watch the show today, and give you a little bitsy warning here. Okay, I'm going to give you a little warning. If you're on YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie, you can always find the streaming link. When we're live, the video streaming link is on the top of thenewsjunkie.com. Remember that. But in this case, I'm giving you a bit of a warning, because Tracy Morgan's on the side of the court on this Knicks game, and he's sitting there, and all of a sudden, he starts he's wiping his face a little bit. He's wearing a hoodie that seems to be kind of lighting up or something. I don't know what's going on with that. But he's sitting there, and then all of a sudden, he looks a little sick. I want you to brace yourself. Don't act like this came out of the blue here. I'm warning you. He starts to kind of just spittle, and then
you didn't really. That wasn't a great warning.
I gave all of the warnings.
It was a terrible warning.
99% of the people are listening.
It's not a little spittle. It's
all
a
you
full
did
vomit.
was say, "I'm warning," but you didn't give the warning.
I just did. I did that. And I'll tell you again. I'm warning right now.
What are you warning?
I am warning you that if you're watching, this is kind of gross. All right. That's
oh my! Oh,
it's like a little.
I just threw up everywhere.
And where's his buddy? There's no person next to him. He doesn't. And there's just like this blonde
with a
girl.
hand on his shoulder.
Yeah, there's somebody who came over because they saw him getting sick from the game, and they're like, "Hey, are you okay?"
That's a lot of vomit, man.
There's a lot. Okay, I gotta get off this. This is
thank
rough.
you.
And then he got wheeled out of Madison Square Garden. They ended up
He
just
did not come in a wheelchair.
No,
right?
no, he didn't. No, and they put him. He's covering his face with a towel, and they wheel him out. They stopped the game. They stopped the NBA game for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, because he's courtside. You got to
He's
clean that up.
and he's just puke-amungus everywhere. And they wheel Tracy Morgan in, and he's holding a towel over his face because I think it's still coming out like a fire hydrant or something.
It's a nosebleed and a vomit.
And his nose starts bleeding, right? Like,
yeah.
What's going on with this guy? This doesn't seem normal at all. They said the incident delayed the game for more than 10 minutes. The Madison Square Garden people said, "We hope Tracy feels better soon and look forward to seeing him back courtside," which is hilarious because if he was drunk or something, if I was drunk and I did this.
He doesn't drink, I don't think.
He doesn't? Okay. Because if he was drunk and he did this, like if I got drunk and just puked everywhere like a fountain courtside, Madison Square Garden would be, you're never coming back. You're banned forever.
We're going to put you in the seat by the trash can.
Something is going on here. He had a kidney transplant in 2010. He had a crash in 2014. Something's wrong with this guy. Like, that's not good at all.
Could be also food poisoning. Like, let's not go immediately to the worst of the worst.
I've never seen like bloody noses from food poisoning, although you can get a bloody nose if you're vomiting too much. Like you're like forcibly throwing up and stuff. AD says he'll be fine. Will he? I don't know. I mean, somebody was tweeting out about this saying like, hey, this is the kind of stuff we make fun of, but this could be really, really serious. I don't know what the hell it is, but I know that Tracy Morgan was looking rough.
Man.
Something was not right, man.
Who do you think had to clean that up? Like, did they get a janitor out there, or is it that kid that just wipes the sweat, from all the basketball players?
That's not just the sweat rag. That's, put some bleach on that.
True or false? When they send you out to solve a problem like this, little Tracy Morgan puke problem, do they put cat litter on it? Is that true?
I don't think it's actually cat litter. It's just that's what it looks like. So people call it,
Okay, so like somebody comes out there, throws the absorbent on, and then
it's supposed to make it smell better too, but it never does because now that's the only thing your whole life that has supposedly been used to make puke smell better. So now when you smell that smell, you just think of vomit.
You get the puke.
There's only two ways to clean it up too. There's that way, and then there's
Excuse me?
Lapping it up?
What's wrong with you? That was your go-to, you sicko?
That's the most disgusting thing I could think of. All right, the 2014
$10,000 cash funnel Tracy Morgan's vomit.
Wouldn't do it. I would rather do whatever we said yesterday. The roaches.
Bite the rat?
And the rat. I would bite the rat over that. Okay?
Eat the whole rat. Or funnel Tracy Morgan's vomit.
Eat the whole rat.
Wow.
I am so put off by that. It's just, even me doing them.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Even that is too much for me.
But I said, instead, challenge accepted. I'll be nastier.
I almost made myself sick. Courtney gives herself goosebumps. I make myself sick. This is why we work together.
Cute.
This is how things work. 2014 Tracy Morgan was a passenger in a Mercedes Sprinter minibus involved in a 6-vehicle crash in Jersey. It was after 1 a.m. He was taken by helicopter to the hospital. He had a broken femur, broken nose, a traumatic brain injury.
And a broken promise to us when we were going to see him on Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, that's so true. We were. Several broken ribs, and then he had to have surgery on his leg. He was released from the hospital on July 12, 2014, and then he ended up in this big lawsuit about this. I think a lot of people thought for a moment, oh, Tracy Morgan's just doing that thing like in the 90s when I was growing up, there used to be this trope that after you got in an accident, if you were the lawsuit type, if you were the litigious type, you would have that big thing around your neck afterwards, even if you didn't need it. You put that like neck brace on and you'd be walking around.
And that was like the whole thing, the Saul Goodman character in Breaking Bad was like, he had like a whole drawer of neck braces for you to wear around.
Yeah.
So that
pop
you could
this on.
get that big paycheck.
And people thought Tracy Morgan at the time was kind of doing that. I thought Tracy's already rich and he's doing just fine. I don't know if that's the case. And eventually it turned out like this did change him. And so I don't know. Maybe he just wasn't feeling well. Maybe, as Sabrina said, he ate some bad food. I've seen food poisoning in people, and it didn't quite look like that, but it could be anything. It could be anything. This person says, folks think it's funny that Tracy Morgan vomited on himself at a basketball game. We still didn't learn anything from Chadwick. I think he's talking about the Black Panther guy. We still don't view black men with any type of sympathy unless they're dead, in which we respond with sorrow or anger, he says. My heart is so sad for him. He's sick, and people are disrespectful by showing a picture of him or making a joke about it, blah, blah, blah.
It was courtside. It wasn't even anyone else's. I mean, sure, people that were there got footage, but it was also broadcast on live television. People are concerned.
There's no way people would not have talked about that. What do you think, though? Let us know. Give us your thoughts. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now.
My question would be, if he knew that he was starting to feel sick, is it easy to get up from your seat when you're sitting courtside, or do you have to wait for a stop and play?
That's an excellent question. I have no idea because I've never been courtside. But it seems like
I was not courtside, but I was like 3 rows behind, and it was really cool.
Like courtside seems like you need somebody to escort you to your seat, right? Like it's a little different than a regular seat that you'd be sitting at.
Possibly.
You'd be sitting at.
Yeah. Let us know if you're a courtside person. Do let us know.
Yeah, and give us tickets.
You guys mind if I read you a couple emails real quick?
Nah, thank you.
All right. We will take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get into something different, apparently, because Jeffrey, she doesn't care about you. She does. She's not a fan.
No, can we do it when we come back?
Brian, she doesn't care what you have to say. I think your emails are good. I like them both, but Sabrina, not so much.
Can we just revisit when we come back from the break? Is there any chance for that?
I don't know if I want to do that.
Okay.
I don't know.
So Jeffrey and the second guy, Sean doesn't care about it.
Other guy on the show, what do you think? You have thoughts on this or no?
Well, at first I wanted to hear the emails.
Uh-huh.
And now that you're being a dick, I just want to leave.
Wow.
Please don't leave.
He's going to cry again,
Please
folks.
don't leave.
Again?
Yeah. Just
hey,
like
I'm a crier on the
photo.
show, bitch.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, as mandated by Sabrina. And when we come back, we could have read these emails by now. When we come back, we'll get into big trouble.
Like 2-line emails?
In St. Lucie County. What did somebody write online that has the police banging down their door? Well, I don't know if I want to read this, but we will talk about what was posted. That's coming up next in the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classical.
For today, we are going to be seeing a bit of a cool start to our day, but temperatures will warm up in a big way by this afternoon, with highs climbing into the middle to upper 70s. A high of around 78 degrees today in Orlando with plenty of sunshine. We'll stay dry and warm as we head into our Wednesday with highs right around the low to middle 80s. Same for Thursday as a weak cold front tries to slide through, bringing with it the slim chance of a sprinkle or two, but only a 20% chance. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
This Saturday, get your game face on and head down to Elixir Bar for the ultimate pregame party. Join Jack Bradshaw from the Jim Colbert Show starting at 5 p.m. and enjoy half-price wings, $3.50 Corona, and $3 Mick Ultras, and $3 shots of tequila and lemon drops for all home games this season. Plus, show Jack the Have Real Radio as your #1 preset on the iHeartRadio app and be entered for a pair of 4-day GA passes to Welcome to Rockville. Elixir on Washington Street near Orange Ave, downtown Orlando. Online at elixirorlando.com.
Hey, Orlando.
I think I need another spray, folks. Hang tight. Hang tight. Let's go, Mike. What? What is that? Is that mine?
How would it be yours?
Because I use those when I wash my face.
Okay. Yo, you're doing that in front of cameras?
What? No, I'm not doing it in front of them. Oh! I'm gonna be like Tracy Morgan. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, drive safe. Love you. Yeah, love you. Folks, how are we? How are we doing? Tracy Morgan, what's wrong with him? What do you think? Why was that cute? You guys don't think I have normal human interactions? You guys think I'm not a normal person? That's where you're wrong. Email the show with your thoughts. tips@thenewsjunkie.com, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. If you want to be anonymous, let me know. Make sure you say that. Courtney still talking to me? No. She's gone. Is Watson ignoring that he came out and said it's food poisoning? No, did he? I didn't see that. Let us put a link, or I'll try to find that. Did Tracy Morgan actually say that? Did he make a statement saying, "Hey, this was food poisoning"? Although, no matter what, that's probably what you would want to say. Also, pet theory. Tell me if you think this is right or wrong. I think about at least 60 to 75% of the time when people think they have food poisoning, they don't have food poisoning. Most of the time people just think, they're like, oh, I'm sick and I ate recently, I have food poisoning. But from people who I've known who actually had food poisoning, it's really obvious. Which maybe it was for Tracy Morgan. Maybe it was obvious. I'll see if I can find a statement.
$1,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. Plus, at RCO Mitsubishi, we're all about affordability. I've got over 200 certified used cars to choose from, with rates as low as 0%. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Visit me at rchill.com.
Credit and $10 down, required bank approval.
The Moneymaker Tournament is back at Daytona Beach Racing and Kart Club from April 2nd through the 14th. The Moneymaker Tour features over $500,000 in guarantees with 21 trophy events, including the $150,000 guaranteed Moneymaker Mystery Bounty and the
Okay, I see the Tracy Morgan Instagram post. We'll follow up with that. By the way, don't say, is Sean ignoring? Like, I'm looking at the fucking story, man. I'm one thing at a time, okay? I'm not ignoring it. I hadn't seen it yet. I try to keep my eyes on 8,000 things. So, yes, Tracy Morgan did make a post about this. We'll talk about that when we come back. Plus, we got these emails and, oh, what this guy in South Florida said about Trump that's going to get him in trouble. All right, hold tight. 60 seconds.
And taxes. How about one more? Switch from Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile to cut your bill in half with Pure Talk. For just $25 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, 5 gigs of data on America's most dependable 5G network. Making the switch, it's simple, fast, and easy. You dial pound 250, you say the keyword Pure Talk, and make the switch. You do it now, you save an additional 50% off your first month. Pure Talk, wireless, by Americans, for Americans.
Let Express Employment Professionals help you hire for contract or full-time jobs. Forget about recruiting, sifting through resumes, and interviews with unqualified applicants. Go to expresspros.com to find the location near you. That's expresspros.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
High diving, face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
And everything else we need to as you hang out with us today on the show. Want to learn more? Go over to the website, thenewsjunkie.com right now. There are a lot of people that post threats online. And I got to tell you,
Sean does it all the time.
I don't do that. I don't know if this is the coolest take, the most frigid take, the furthest thing away from a hot take you could possibly have. But I think posting death threats in a culture that allows people even flirting with that is bad. I think it's bad. I think it's dumb. I think thinking you're edgy by like posting a photo of how to build a gun at home in response to somebody who you don't like their politics. All this stuff is bad and poisonous. If you wanted to be the absolute best society, I think you have ideas clashing against each other, and then the people get to hear the result of those fruitful, hopefully, conversations and decide, I think team A, B, C, hopefully D, E, all of those different ideas, which one I think is the best is the one I'm going to uplift. But when you just resort to death threats all the time, I think it's bad. And I think that they should crack down on it even more than they do already. Because I've seen people online who will have something posted about them, and clearly the person is trying to threaten the other person's life, but it's just around the edges. So it's kind of like the TikToker, like, who's going to do it? Huh? You know, here we are. We're this many days in. Who's going to do it?
I can't say what it is because I'm a dance teacher.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to say it out loud, but 4 more years of this. And it's like, lady, you're trying to get somebody to kill Trump. And I don't even know if you need to throw that out there since there has been so many gunmen on so many grassy knolls trying to take the guy out. I think all of that is bad. No matter who's in charge, no matter who's in the White House, no matter whose politics it is, even the crazy people I defend, right? I think it's bad stuff. But this folks in South Florida are going nuts. St. Lucie County, man, a little further north of our friends on Real Radio 92.1 and right in the 101.7 territory. St. Lucie County man was arrested this week after the sheriff's office said he posted threats against President Donald Trump on social media.
It's just at this point, I'm get in trouble. That's such a stupid move.
What a dumb reason to do this. And the guy's name is Kendall Aaron Todd. Hold on. I have the cops. The sheriff's office made a video about this. I don't know why, but here they are. Let's see what they said.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sheriff Richard Del Toro, around 3400 block of Southwest Metzger Road, regarding a search warrant that was executed by our SWAT team, the United States Secret Service, and the Port St. Lucie Police Department. Today, we took into custody white male, 42 years old, Mr. Todd, regarding threats to the President of the United States.
Mr. Todd.
Written threats that were made on Facebook account. We have a risk protection order for Mr. Todd that we've been watching him for several days. He has made continuous threats to harm our president.
Who
I had the opportunity to meet with last night, and I just want to say to Mr. President Donald Trump, we're here to protect you, protect this community, and keep St. Lucie County safe. Thank you all. We appreciate it, and job well done by all the deputies here at the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office.
Really? So he said that he got to meet the president. I wonder if it was for this or
obviously not a photo op. I see.
Because he said that, we've been monitoring the guy for a couple of days, and they're just watching him furiously post like, I'm going to kill the president, and all of these different things over and over and over again. And then the sheriff's office goes, boom, let's go in there and get him.
Side question. Is this not the Secret Service job?
I guess local law enforcement is the one that does this. They run lead on this, I guess. I'm a little upset because they didn't post what the threat was. I want to know. I want to know what's happening. The investigation being conducted in coordination with federal authorities, and details will be provided. Threats of all of this stuff is bad. Threats to our president.
I wonder if the because Sabrina asked about the Secret Service. I wonder if the protocol is a little different these days because so many people have access to, getting their voice out there, or getting their opinion. Their like back in the day, if you said something on the radio, that was like that, you might get a call or a visit from the Secret Service,
right?
But back then, only a few people were on the radio. There were no podcasts. There were no tweets.
Now there's so many people with so many microphones.
I mean, how can they? We've talked about that TikToker. We've talked about other people who I think have said probably more actionable things. How do they get to all of them?
You know, it's wild. Like it only seems to rise to this level, C-Lane, if you do this for somebody on a high level, like the president or the vice president, or like somebody in Congress. I feel like you could threaten death to all the comptrollers ever, and it would never rise up on the radar enough. People like,
sanitation.
I think you could do that. But in this case, I hate this. It says the post has since been taken down, but investigators say Todd starts off by declaring himself the president of the United States, which is a great intro to anything. Like, I am officially declaring myself the president of the United States of America.
Maybe, or maybe that was a tactic, because if he's the president, as he is so declared, the person he is threatening is no longer the president.
What? What if you do that? What if you say, I declare that I'm the president of the United States of America, and then go, someone should kill the president?
Well,
you're saying a lot of things right now.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, then you've switched it around, and now you're not necessarily threatening the person in the White House.
Or you're the one in the crosshairs because you said president.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It comes before he allegedly threatens to fight and kill the president on live television. Some parts of the threat are too disturbing to repeat. I can't find it. I would like to see what the person actually said. But honestly, I just cannot find it here in front of me.
The guy's name? Something Todd?
Yeah. Hang on. Let me get it for you, C-Line. The guy's name is Ligma. First name Ligma. Last name B. A.
Got it.
Kendall Aaron Todd is the guy's name. Kendall Aaron Todd. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Jeff.
My dumbass is like, Ligma's an interesting name.
It is kind of cool. We're not for
Was
the
your
other
dad
a GI? Jeffrey says, morning, junkies. Morning, afternoon, evening, whatever. Sean, thank you for the recommendation to watch the show Adolescence yesterday. Before we go any further on this, we talked about Adolescence, which Sabrina happened to watch and I happened to watch.
And I cried.
When I put like a recommendation on something like that, everything now that I try to recommend, I put it in a box so that I know people will understand the recommendation. If you like things that are emotional and that make you think and that are pretty sad, then you may like Adolescence, because it's definitely sad. But don't go in and go, well, this isn't funny at all. What's going on here? Where's all the hijinks? I haven't heard yakety sax all day. Well, that's not the kind of thing this is. It's just a sad thing, but interesting nonetheless. And it says, I started it yesterday afternoon and watched all the episodes. It was really interesting the way they showed the impact of violence between kids on the family and those involved in the investigation. I just could not stop watching it. Could you pick me for Fritz on the street tomorrow? Damn it, I knew he was going to work this in. I will not be able to listen to the show since I'll be at the top of the loading crane over Baltimore Harbor calibrating the wind sensors. What?
Whoa. All right, he'll pick you if you can do like a quick little video.
Yeah.
You that high up.
Holy cow, that's crazy. They need to know the wind speed at those heights because they will shut down the loading of the ships if the wind is too strong.
Does a human really have to go up there? Is there not some sort of device at this point?
Like, why can't you leave the sensors up there?
Maybe
Give
the
us a
sensor's faulty.
Jeff. I have to wear climbing gear and a hard hat to avoid the dive bombs from the osprey that makes nests on top of the crane.
Wow.
Thanks again for the great show recommendation. You're great. Have an awesome day. Thank you, Jeff. Brian emails the show talking about little kids cursing because we had a story where a young kid, 3 years old, was singing along to a song from a rapper named Glorilla, and people who are stupid Karen complainers, stay-at-home backseat parents, they started to go, well, this is offensive because the little kid is mouthing a curse word. We can't have that. And Brian says, I had a fun interaction with my daughter when she was about 3 or so. We enrolled her in VPK, and that was held at a local church. Well, I picked her up after the second or third day, and as we went to leave, one of the teachers stopped me. Wanted to let me know of a situation on the playground. She said one of the other kids called my daughter a baby, and she responded with, and the kid was 3, I'm not a baby, you're a baby, asshole.
Yes.
I said, okay. Gave my daughter a little nod because she got called the name and then fired right back. We aren't cursing all the time, but words do have a purpose, and now she's a tough young woman, says Brian. Thank you, Brian. Good stuff there. I appreciate it.
I sent you another a link to the story that has some of the words that Mr. Todd said.
Oh, really?
To President Trump.
Would you send this? Gmail or?
No, your text.
Oh, I didn't get that. It didn't come through the interwebs.
Huh.
Are you sure you hit send?
I got it.
Yeah,
Sure?
Oh, I did. I got. There was this picture of Sealand underneath it that I saw. Okay. Man arrested for making threatening messages on social media toward President Trump. We'll go a little further into this when we come back, actually, because I want to see what they say in this report. Let's see if we can get some more details out of this.
I mean, I'm not disturbed by it like the other story thought we would be.
Yeah.
It's too disturbing.
Uh-huh.
But
did the news report actually play it?
I don't think so, but I'm just reading it, and it has he has the methods, the things that he would do.
All right, let's see what they said. We'll do that in just a bit here. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The all-new and improved iHeartRadio app is now available with all new features. Download it for free and make Real Radio 104.1 your number one preset for a chance to win cool stuff at Real Radio events.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after. State Road 429. Emergency crews are clearing up an accident on I-4 eastbound near Sand Lake Road. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. Emergency constructions blocking the express lanes of State Road 429 southbound at Independence Toll Plaza. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866.
Son of a bitch. I forgot to do the Tracy Morgan update. I let myself down. I let you down. Most importantly, I let Tracy Morgan down. And that is just unacceptable. So we'll do that when we come back here in just a bit. I'm so sorry. I apologize profusely. Made a huge mistake. $82 million Americans have guns? That's because we basically have, in England, you can barely get a knife in some places. In the United States of America, we're about 2 hops away from having a gun block next to our knife block. So you're chopping up your steak, you grab the knife out, and then whatever you need a gun for, you pull it out of the gun block, fire off a couple in the kitchen, and then resume your American ordeal. What do you think, folks? Hit us up with a dispatch, please. We got 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Solar Source, they just keep making my life better. Pool heated, taken care of. Battery backup for power outages, that is all covered thanks to Solar Source. And now they're going to install a solar electric system to wipe out my power bill. They're awesome to work with, and it's a great company. Customer service is really awesome with Solar Source. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters. Call Solar Source today. The future is solar power.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance?
45 seconds. 45 seconds. 45 seconds.
Insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you by comparing and finding the best rates. You could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the news.
I'll explain here momentarily. And it might get a little crazier than you would imagine, but I do want to tell you, you can always subscribe to the podcast and catch up with us each and every day by going over to thenewsjunkie.com. Real quick, little update of Rooney, as they say, on Tracy Morgan. And Tracy Morgan has posted about this event where he was on the side of the court at the Knicks game, and he got very, very sick, and he had to be wheeled out of there in a wheelchair. And people were super worried about him. Honestly, it looked bad. He was bleeding from his nose and stuff. It was very bad. Tracy Morgan says on Instagram, "Thank you all for your concern." Well, you're welcome, Mr. Morgan, because I was indeed concerned, and so were you, I know. "I'm doing okay now, and doctors say it was food poisoning," says Tracy Morgan.
I'm a doctor.
"Appreciate my MSG," that's monosodium glutamate, family for taking such good care of me, and I need to shout out the crew that had to clean that up, he says.
That was a lot of vomit. That was a lot of yak.
You. "More importantly, the Knicks are now 1-0 when I throw up on the court, so maybe I'll have to break it out again in the playoffs," he says. Hashtag go Knicks. There we go. And you know what's crazy? He posts this, and like Tracy Morgan's telling you, if Tracy Morgan tells me that the doctors told him that he had food poisoning, and that's why this medical episode occurred, I'm going to go with what Tracy Morgan said. The comments are all like, "I thought he was bleeding out of his nose. Are we sure he's not lying?" And Dude Wipes gets in on it because they want an ad. "Wipes are on the way. Got to stop eating those hot dogs from the Barclays Center." Everybody just jumps in with the dumb, all of the dumb. So let me go back to my point here.
It wasn't at the Barclays Center.
True. It wasn't Madison Square Garden.
I think that the Knicks, if they don't take a little advantage of this, would it would be a fail, because he's already joked about it. He's already put the emoji in saying he might have to break it out during the playoffs. No, the Knicks don't have a mascot.
What, they don't?
No, they don't have like the Magic has stuff, and Stuff's always doing crazy stuff.
Yeah, right. And then the Phillies have the Philly Fanatic.
Yeah, but the New York Knicks, along with the Los Angeles Lakers, Brooklyn Nets, and Golden State Warriors, are NBA teams that don't have a traditional mascot. I was thinking, like, if this were the Magic, Stuff could come during one of the TV breaks and just give him a big trash can. Just put it next to Tracy Morgan and
do a bit. What was that? Who was the bad mascot? Remember we talked about him on the show before, like Grumbly or Groobly or
what do you mean
Wombly?
by bad?
There was a team that had a mascot that was just really corny and weird looking. Somebody will know on chat. Maybe that mascot.
The hockey one. But I thought
might
he was.
Have been.
Oh, we didn't understand what it was, because I believe it was not after an animal, but I thought
like
it was
a
still
wacky
very
character.
Entertaining.
Yeah, well, look, it worked. It got buzz. We were talking about it. It just didn't work enough to lock into my news brain. It didn't get in there far enough, unfortunately.
Didn't get the name. Sorry.
Wasn't Otto the Orange, was it?
No. Bad mascot.
Gritty?
Gritty. That's it. Gritty was the mascot that we actually talked
Bootsy
about.
Moonshine got that one first.
Thank you, Bootsy. That's appreciated. Gritty is the official mascot of the Philadelphia Flyers. Here it is. It's such a weird-ass looking mascot. Welcome to my house. I actually live here, and it's a funky-looking character.
Isn't Gritty the one that does all those fun TikTok videos where it was like they were making fun of the girl that said uncut joms?
Gritty's smart. Good work, Gritty. Maybe the Madison Square Garden folks can import you for the Knicks games, and or maybe just Tracy Morgan can be the mascot. Either way, let's talk about how you can go viral.
All right, what up?
We all know the famous words of Gusteau. Gusteau's famous words.
Jacques?
Get off my plane.
Not Jacques. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Gusteau's famous 3 words.
From Beauty and the Beast.
Anyone can cook. Those are Gusteau's famous words. And the folks who are aware of this also know that anyone can go viral. Right? This is a truth. It's an absolute truth of 2025 and the future. It's just a truth that any person, you're thinking like, I'll never have a video that gets a lot of views. Yes, you can. You just don't want to do the things that it requires. All right? This is how life actually works. I'm the person telling you the truth that nobody else wants to discuss here today. If you wanted to go mega, uber, super viral, you can absolutely do it. It's just that the barrier to entry goes higher and higher and higher and higher.
Right.
Now, this guy, nobody knew who the hell this dude was, Kendall Todd, and he made a video which has him in a bunch of news stories today. The video went viral. He got arrested because he threatened the president, and that's one thing that you can do, and you'll get a whole bunch of very bad attention
Going viral,
afterwards.
you're saying, different from a continued social media presence, because if you want to go viral that way, I don't know if you're going to have a social media account that you can continue to update.
I'm not saying, Sabrina, that you'll be an influencer.
Facebook,
No.
Instagram, Twitter,
I'm
y'all see this?
saying you'll get one pop. You know, Luigi only had to shoot one person. Now he's famous. And
I wouldn't call him viral, though. Stuff has gone viral about him.
He's got merch,
memes
man.
and the like.
He's got merch for murdering a dad, for God's
Is
sake.
he getting money
He's probably not
from
getting
that?
money.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying it's one thing.
Yeah, he's not the Hawk Tua girl.
Video or not, all you are is one thing away from being viral and famous. And it's probably a really bad thing that is the truth in 2025 in our culture, because it leads to bad behavior like this guy. So let's see what he said. The original news outlet said we cannot repeat the things he said. They were that bad. But it looks like this one will.
Lucie County man's in jail for posting videos on social media threatening to kill President Trump, giving specific details about how he would take the president's life.
Treasure Coast Bureau reporter Ari Hyde has that video, as well as a reaction from the sheriff and neighbors.
Whoosh.
The sheriff here tells me that actually been watching this suspect for a little bit more than a week now, concerned about his mental health. But he says when that suspect posted a video on social media threatening to kill President Donald Trump, he felt they had no other choice but to arrest him.
You know, it's funny. They usually go around to neighbors on stories like this. And like, let's say Sabrina was involved in some news story.
What up?
And the cops come and they arrest her and they haul her out. And then afterwards, the news needs to get their footage and stuff. So the news outlets will go door to door, go next door to C-Lane's house, and they'll go, what did you think? Were there any indicators that Sabrina was going to do this crime? And usually the neighbor, C-Lane, will be like, no, she was nice, and we never saw this coming.
I mean, in my real neighborhood, every single one of my neighbors, I think, would say along those same lines, except for one. Which would be like, we knew this was going to happen.
They'd work that in too, though. That would make the cut.
Yeah, we've had some issues for a very long time.
Well, this guy, when they went around and asked all the neighbors, they were like, I am not surprised at all.
He called the cops a lot for this person.
Describe this guy in one word. Unfriendly was the word that came to mind. So that this guy was not a big surprise.
What's up, everyone? How are you doing today?
I did not think the video started that way.
3 seconds, I already can tell you that this is not going to go well.
I did not think his threat video was going to start that way.
What's up, everyone? How are you doing today?
This is St. Lucie County resident Kendall Todd, and this is the video he posted on his social media platforms attacking President Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is the Antichrist.
The video is laced with profanities and is frequently confusing.
Donald Trump has personally made business decisions which have hurt so many different reincarnated Jesuses.
But it's
wait, what?
Keep going. I'm starting to get an idea.
So many Jesuses. He's the guy that you follow for a little while and then he loses you. He's like, Donald Trump has made so many decisions that have affected.
Hey guys, what's up?
And you're like,
then it quickly falls off.
What has Donald Trump done? Who's been affected by this? And then he's like, many reincarnated Jesuses. Oh, good. Not following you any longer, sir.
The end of the 80-second video where his message to the president goes from confusing to threatening.
Fight me naked to the death. I'm going to cut you up with a chainsaw and put you in acid.
He just kept escalating his behavior.
Bro.
All right. Subscribed.
I did not expect him to.
That's a whole lot in 15 seconds.
He brought a lot of energy to this, didn't he? God.
If you were to mute it, he's probably like promoting something completely different. Got a smile on his face. The tone is up there of like, hey, let's get out there and touch some grass. But instead, multiple Jesuses, and he wants to fight someone naked and throw acid.
Wow. What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy he's a real character.
What's up, everyone? How are you doing today?
How are you doing? There he is. He's arrested now, though. Kendall Aaron Todd is 42 years old and behind bars for threatening the president. Don't do it. Bad move. Bad decision.
We don't like it.
We don't like it at all. And we got to hear from you. You can join us on the show. It's very easy to do. All you have to do is go to thenewsjunkie.com. When you go over there on your phone or your iPhone or any of those things, you'll notice that you can record a video or audio message that gets on the show, just like this one. Here's Mo Manji, the realtor, talking about neighbors making mention of you.
Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Sean, you're talking about people saying, like, the neighbors saying that, oh, he was a good guy, whatever. That's what I got from the story, what that happened in Mexico with that girl that went missing in the ocean. They detained that guy, and everybody, the neighbor, the school, and everybody keeps saying that he's a good guy. You don't know the facts of the story of what happened when they were at the beach. That guy could be a murderer just hiding in plain sight. Thanks. Bye.
True, Mo Manji. Actually, that makes me think, if the news reporters ever knock on my door and there was like an incident where one of my neighbors gets arrested, I'm not going to say anything. Because if you just answer honestly in the moment and they go, your neighbor has just been arrested, what did you think of him? Were there any signs? I'll be like, no, he was a really nice guy. I liked him a lot. And then they'll go, and then they just tell you what the person did. And you go, I just said that person was a nice guy on TV. Not a great idea. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us your dispatch right now. When we return,
Still could be a nice guy, even though he did bad things, you know?
Fight him naked with acid then.
Maybe. That guy was wild. We got more to get to when we return. We'll get geared up for the next episode. Folks who have smart TVs.
Yeah.
I have some really bad news for you.
That's kind of like everybody.
I don't want to be the bearer of this news, but here we are. What's happening that's going to affect the way you watch TV? Ugh. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on the show, scheduled to appear is Maria Comstock. Her father is a former Russian spy, and she interviews spies. We'll do What'd You Do That's New. For trivia, it's tickets to Glass Animals or Orlando City Soccer. We'll end it up with It's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth. Plus your calls, text, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
The right lane's blocked on the Turnpike southbound after Hancock Road. Keep an eye out for a crash on Balboa Drive at Pine Hills Road, where Central Florida Parkway meets John Young Parkway. There's an accident there. Emergency constructions blocking the express lanes of State Road 429 southbound at Independence Toll Plaza. There's bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 before US 27 through that World Drive area. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by True Green.
We're back in the miller's yard, who now use True Green. Their lawn started looking like a golf course, and PGA Tour golfers made it their favorite stuff.
Get a PGA Tour quality lawn for as little as $1 a day at TrueGreen.com. Exclusions apply. See TrueGreen.com for details.
Our iHeartRadio Music Awards celebrated the music and artists you've loved listening to all year on iHeartRadio. Brought to you by Jeep.
It's now streaming on Hulu for a limited time.
Bad Bunny,
Billie Eilish,
Glorilla,
Kenny Chesney,
Money Long,
Nelly,
your host, LL Cool J,
plus Lady Gaga,
Mariah Carey,
Gracie Abrams,
and iHeartRadio's Tour of the Century Award, honoring Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Streaming now on Hulu.
Are you hiding your smile because of missing or damaged teeth? Solid Bite can help. With the latest techniques and technology, you'll be showing off your smile in no time. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now to receive your free booklet. 321-259-8000.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to help you hear more about today's top female athletes. Learn more about your favorite teams and keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts and no overdraft fees. Just ask the Capital One bank guy. It's pretty much all he talks about. In a good way. Capital One. What's in your...
Let's go, Mike. Folks, how do you watch TV is my question for the next segment. How do you watch TV? Here are the answers you can choose. If you're absolutely old school and you use an antenna, you can put that. Cable TV, like you're still using the cable box. You stream all of your TV. I'm in that category. Satellite, if you're one of those people, those are like the bird people of the TV world. Satellite is an option. What else am I missing? I think those are the only ways. How do you watch your TV? Or like Roku? Are you using a Roku? Are you using Apple TV? That's what I use. Even though Apple TV is essentially just software at this point. How do you watch your television? Let me know, please. Let me know. We got just a couple minutes left and we're coming back.
social media platforms and get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com. We'll see you at the show.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. It is spring and it's time to spring into better health with Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. But when you think about the numbers when it comes to heart disease, that 1 in 3 people will die from it, it is time to really pay attention to what's happening inside your body. And with Life Imaging FLA, they can look inside to see if there are any secret issues creeping up in your body. That's right. It's time to be proactive and not reactive. Don't wait for a symptom. Get ahead of that with this information that you can take to your primary care doctor so you can build a long-term health plan today. And while you're there, don't forget to ask about their cancer screening. Remember, early detection saves lives. And remember, there are no dyes, no injections. You keep your clothes on. The entire process only takes a few minutes. So pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's right, pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Take control of your long-term health care with Life Imaging FLA. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Hi there. I've got a clogged drain.
A clogged brain? I have that sometimes.
No, a clogged drain.
Try yoga or drinking tea. Earl Grey is the best.
Earl Grey? No, I'm calling Frank Gay.
What do they know about tea?
When it comes to clogged drains and plumbing issues, you want a trustworthy, courteous technician that's dedicated to customer satisfaction. FrankGayServices.com.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Are they promising you up to 10% growth per year guaranteed for your retirement income? If not, you need a new financial advisor. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hard-working folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 up front or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't work when you're supposed to be retired. And if any financial advisor tells you it's too good to be true, they simply don't have the options we do. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit lifelock.com. That's lifelock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
College basketball back in the spotlight. March Hoops will have everyone talking.
You think you know what's going to happen, but it never goes as scripted.
Lock in Fox Sports Radio is your number one preset on the iHeartRadio app for the hottest takes.
We're going to have a 72-team tournament in the next couple of years.
And complete tournament coverage. Plus, binge on-demand podcasts with The Dan Patrick Show, The Herd with Colin Cowherd, and more. From tip-off to the final buzzer, search college basketball on the iHeartRadio app to stay in the know.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the News Junkie.
More annoying. I promise you that for a big chunk of you. We'll get into exactly why here in just a moment on the show. Hey, hello, it's the News Junkie. You can see us online. You can see our beautiful faces at thenewsjunkie.com. I see so many of these stories, and I swear to God, they're working to radicalize me. I think this is what the intent is. I think they're trying to radicalize me. It might be working. I don't know.
Good.
When I see stories like this, first, I do the reaction that they want me to do, and I go, oh, wow, like that seems like a bad thing. Headline, what this claim that you've made is quite wild. And I go, maybe I should change my thinking on something. And then I read a couple of paragraphs, or maybe even to like the last paragraph sometimes. And I go, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And I get so doomer-pilled about the media in America. Like I really think there's so few places that are trying to tell the truth, trying to hold themselves accountable. It has just become a business model across the board. On the backs of the success of things like Fox News, you have MSNBC and all these other outlets, and nobody is trying to tell the truth. They're trying to make you feel good. I don't think that's what we should want out of our media outlets. They're trying to make you feel good, which keeps you coming back, which sells commercials, which makes you subscribe, all of these things. And I don't dig it. But here's the headline. This is one of these million stories that I see a day where I go, I read the headline and then I do a little more digging and I go, it's dumb. What's going on here? The headline from Newsweek, which I have the first issue ever of Newsweek. I have the first issue of most major magazines.
Cool.
Not to brag, not to get a lot of cool points with you.
You have the first Playboy?
I don't. I've almost bought it a couple of times, but I want to buy it and frame it. And the ones that I've seen are like 5s or 4s out of 10. In the
well, the girls look different back then.
Yeah, a lot of bush.
Marilyn Monroe. All right. So Newsweek, which used to be a respected institution and now is just like hate bait, clickbait, garbage, says Border Patrol has seized more eggs than fentanyl so far this year. And I go, damn, y'all, our egg problem is bad and our fentanyl problem is not as bad as we thought it was. What's going on? Question everything, right? That's what they want you to do. Border Patrol has seized more eggs than fentanyl so far this year. What do we make of this? And the story says U.S. Customs and Border Protection has seized more egg products from United States borders this year than it has seized pounds of fentanyl.
Okay.
Which is a weird comparison, to say the very least. Eggs, and they don't even know exactly how many eggs, and pounds of fentanyl. So, to go further, statistics from the CBP website show that so far in 2025, the agency has seized 5,938 egg products, whatever that means, and 1,631 pounds of fentanyl coming into the United States. Now, I feel like they've cherry-picked the way that they're weighting this fentanyl to make it so there's more eggs coming in, and they knew what they were doing to begin with, but let's just do a little question here. TNJAI might know this. 1,631 pounds. If you had 1,631 pounds of fentanyl, how many people could overdose on that? How many people would die from 1,651 pounds of fentanyl? All right. Now, I'm asking TNJAI. We'll see what they say. I don't know if I can churn that out.
Do you have a problem?
It might do that. Sometimes there's like the guardrails where they go, we want to make sure you're not trying to kill people.
Need help.
And they get a little scared of giving the result. But that's going to be an insane amount of people.
Fentanyl is extremely potent, and even a small amount can cause overdose or death.
All right.
Generally, a dose of 2 milligrams can be considered lethal for most people. 1,631 pounds of fentanyl. That's 1 pound equal 453,592 milligrams.
Huh?
So 1,631 pounds of approximately 739,816,000 milligrams.
Okay.
Head hurts.
It doesn't know numbers that well. It says as a lethal dose of about 2 milligrams per person, that could kill 369 million people.
Okay.
So
that's a good amount of people.
We only got 1,600 pounds of fentanyl at the border. It could kill every American, but yeah.
At 2 eggs apiece, how many people could get breakfast from all of the egg products seized at
2
the
eggs
border?
apiece? How many eggs were there to begin with? Well,
It says
5,000.
Egg products. What does that even mean? Like, is a carton of a dozen egg 1 egg product or 12 egg products?
They have no idea. The president swore to lower egg prices on day one, and here we are. We're weeks and weeks into this, and the eggs are still expensive. They said the eggs, they don't know if it was 1 or a dozen or whatever. They just kind of made this up to make it sound like fentanyl is not a big problem and eggs are a big problem, which, God almighty, could it be that both are a slight issue or maybe even a big one? Maybe, just maybe. Let us know what you think. I see so many stories like this, and it'll be like, here's something terrible that's happening in America. And then I look at the actual facts of the case, and I go, Well, this whole thing was dumb. All of this was dumb.
Did it say the reason that eggs were seized at the border? Is it they're trying to smuggle them in?
Yeah, no, people are trying to smuggle eggs. It's like black market because the prices have gone up a significant amount, and now they ended up getting busted. So that is a thing that probably wasn't happening that much before. I hate to say this to you. I feel bad about it, honestly. But if you watch television with a Roku, and that's a lot of people. I'm in the minority here. I watch with Apple TV. So not only am I like streaming all of my television content, and I have been for 10 years or so, but I'm watching it on an Apple TV, which is far less popular than Roku. Roku is way more. I don't remember.
Roku is so damn clunky. I hate their interface.
Same.
Look up the market share. Market share Roku, Apple TV, Selena. Because last I recall, Roku is just smashing Apple in that world.
Well, there's also the Prime or Amazon
Fire Stick.
The Fire Stick. Yeah.
Yep. That's another one that's big out there.
I think that one's the best if you're trying to make your TV smart.
Here's the problem. They just launched something. They asked nobody about this because nobody wanted this. Where you hit power, they're testing this out on Roku's. You hit power, and before your TV will power up and show you what's going on, they're showing a commercial. You hit power on your Roku, and a 60-second commercial plays before you can view your home screen and select something that you want to watch. And the ads have a close option, but it's like hidden apparently in the rollout that they're doing. And Roku said it's a recent test on us exploring new ways to showcase brands and programming while still providing a delightful and simple user experience. That's a big no thank you from me. I'd like the television to turn on and show me what I can watch before you start running any ads. Thank you very much. I don't like that. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. Do you find those numbers, Selena?
Yeah, I'm looking at something from Pixelate. That's spelled weird.
Yeah.
Market-leading fraud protection, privacy, and compliance analytics platform for connected TV and mobile advertising. It's a mouthful. Yeah. They had the Q1 2024 North America CTV device market share report. It says Roku leads the device market in North America with 48%.
Damn.
Samsung Smart TV ranks second with 10%, which is down 49% year over year from Q1 2023 to 2024.
Really?
It's a huge drop. Fire TV third with 10%. Apple TV fourth with 8%. But that's increased a bunch.
Yeah. Apple TV is basically just going to be software, though, as you and I both know. I mean, they've kind of acknowledged that they're not going to do the devices anymore, and it's just going to be. Well,
I thought they just said they weren't going to make a TV. Are they saying that they're not going to do any more Apple TVs?
They haven't updated the device in a very, very long time, and now they're trying to get it preloaded on televisions, which is what Roku had the market advantage of doing. You didn't have to go purchase anything. And it's a whole giant why not kind of thing, because I remember when I first bought the Apple TV, I was like, oh, there's storage on it. So I thought, naively, I would be able to download some movies and store them on there. That's not the point of the storage.
You mean
That's
all
for the
half of a movie?
Yeah, the storage is for the apps, for the games, for the other things that they think that you're going to be playing on there. But I don't like that idea of a commercial rolling real quick before you even get started. Let us know what you think with your dispatches. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? An update on the mystery turned not mystery turned back into mysterious death of Gene Hackman and his wife, and someone's in trouble, maybe?
Uh-oh.
The woman who killed Selena 30 years ago thinks now is a good time to drop some bitty-bitty bomb-bombs. Plus, on the 5-year anniversary of COVID, let's revisit all the socially distanced cringe, shall we? All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James Miguel and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And despite the chilly temperatures this morning, we are going to be warming up this afternoon with highs climbing to right around the mid to upper 70s. High of 78 degrees today in Orlando with plenty of sunshine to go around. We'll be expecting temperatures to continue to climb as we head over the course of tomorrow and Thursday with highs back in the mid 80s for a couple of sprinkles possible by Thursday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by 7-Eleven. Spontaneous pizza cravings can happen at any moment, so they've got you covered. Get 2 bigger slices of hot, delicious pizza plus a Pepsi 20-ounce for just $5 with 7 rewards. Cravings satisfied. Valid through 4/29/25. See app for details.
Going to nursing school can change your life, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You have commitments, family, a job. At Galen College of Nursing, we understand that, which is why we provide one-to-one tutoring support and assigned academic advisors who will work with you to keep you on track from day one. You can change the course of your life and the lives of people counting on you, because we believe the better we care for nursing students now, the brighter the future of nursing will be. Galen, the now approach to nursing education. Join us at galencollege.edu.
It's the Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. 2 bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1. Win your share of $250K or more today. Prize pool to be paid out in bonus bets. Not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
This is Ben from Stuff They Don't Want You to Know. You could have lost 10 pounds already if you started 1 month ago. So are you ready to start today?
Future Health is the most powerful weight loss program that works and works fast.
Find out if these medications are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com. Results vary based on start weight and adherence to diet, exercise, and program goals.
Data based on independent study sponsored by Future Health.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings. Because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
At Jackson Hewitt, expert tax prep is now $149 or less, but only for a limited time. Hurry, book your appointment at jacksonhewitt.com today. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/49-149.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. You know we've got 3 area locations, so no matter where you live, we're just a short drive away. And 3 locations mean
60 seconds, friends. 60 seconds from the skull mic. 60 seconds. 50 now. 45 even. 45 now. And we're back.
Applicants through KFA. 0 down, 1388 per 1,000 borrowed for 72 months has 0% APR financing. Plus tax title license, $8.99 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 4/5/25.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Because the newspapers don't come with cliff notes or potentially offensive accents.
And beyond. I hate to say this, but I've had exactly 0 bids. 0 bids. I have not had a single bid so far for Adopt a Sea Lane. I thought people would say, like, I'll take him in, I'll water him and raise him right and make sure Sea Lane's happy.
Post this.
Into the airwaves, out into the airwaves. And I thought somebody would go, well, I love Sea Lane. I want to adopt him. I want to make him a happy little boy again. Nothing so far, unfortunately. But,
have you considered doing the adopting?
I have considered it. Yes,
and?
Indeed. Unfortunately, after a gathering of the elders and a long-winded discussion,
zing, got him.
It was a no. I can't believe. No, you're welcome to. If you ever get in a fight or something, you can use the upstairs bedroom. You know what I mean? You can go up there, like camp out, hang out.
Should have called you over the weekend when my AC was shot.
Oh, no, that's a nightmare. I did see, and this is good news before we do the next episode here. Not that that's going to be full of bad news or anything, but this is like
decent amount of bad news.
Legitimately some actual good news for the first time in a very, very long time. So here we go.
Good news alert! Good news alert!
Frankie McDonald.
Good news alert! Good news alert!
It was supposed to be a very short trip. In fact, it was supposed to be about 8 days long. Finally, after an extended stay, the astronauts are headed back to Earth. They took their final photos and everything.
Now they just have to land.
I should not word it that way. They took their farewell photos. Is better. Their final photo sounds like they are not going to make it back.
See at the hatchway the 4 departing Crew 9 crew members.
4 of them getting out of there.
Final photos.
And there they go.
You know what's weird? I was seeing some of this footage this morning, and they're taking the pictures.
Hatch, and I have one question for you.
Okay.
And the cameras, in a place like the International Space Station, where the amount of room that anything takes up is at such it's a hot commodity.
Oh, of course.
There's only so much space in there.
Space is a premium, right?
Why are they using cameras that look like they're that huge?
They don't have the budget.
With big flashes on top and all that stuff.
I don't know.
Get just as good footage with an iPhone.
The footage is good, though.
The crew aboard Dragon Freedom look.
There they go. They got a Dragon Freedom.
Got the little touch screens going.
And finally, after 8 jabillion days waiting, they are headed back to Earth. So we hope to see them soon.
Yeah, they did switch off with a couple other people, I believe. So do you think their fingers are crossed that they're not going to be stuck up there for 10 months? Or
you guys are
just up
sure?
in the air?
Yeah, but those are SpaceX people. Like the 2 astronauts that were stuck there, they were Boeing people. The SpaceX people are like, we got this. This is good. This is planned. Everything is all set.
But to Sabrina's point, it's kind of like when your dad tells you, he's like, I'll pick you up right after school.
That's what he said the last 7 times.
You're only going to be in aftercare for 30 minutes, Sean. I will be there. And I'm like, you sure? Are you definitely coming at that time, though? Because you've said this before, and then I'm the last kid crying, waiting to be picked up.
Poor.
Not a true story, but here we go. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV. You can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
That's a great song. Were you out on my hand? That's a good one.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by that mortgage. What?
No, he's got more toys in here now. There's more lights this time than there normally.
Go back.
He's got a wall of lights now.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, look at my old desk.
He could do anything he wants over there. It's
I missed
quite
that
frightening.
2-minute commute. So you know who is also fantastic? Just like a wall of lights, but he is a wall of good news. It's That Mortgage Guy Don. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. Go to the website, thatmortgageguydon.com. Start the process of refinancing your home, buying your first dream home, doing some debt consolidation, reverse mortgages. Maybe you're looking to start a business. The best part is that he is looking out for you, best interest in mind, treating you like a friend, a family member, not like a number like all the other mortgage companies would. Thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
It was 28 years ago, 1997. Thousands of people lined the streets for a funeral.
Oh.
It was the funeral procession of all people.
Princess Diana.
No, it's not late
someone
enough.
a bit more notorious.
Christopher Wallace.
Yes, it was on the streets of Brooklyn, and it was a good time. Everyone was pretty chill. Nothing bad happened. Psych, it was fights erupted. Police busted out the pepper spray, and 9 people were arrested. So,
man, I thought you said 87. I was like, that seems too early.
No, it was 97. But also on the same day, just 8 years ago, 2017, this rock and roll legend passed away.
Oh,
Chubby Checker.
Nope. Give
Johnny
it a little
Good.
kiss.
Chuck
Berry.
Chuck Berry is right. He passed away in his home in Missouri. He was 90 years old. And of course, I just bring this up so that everyone remembers. He had a prostitute give his butt a little kiss, and then he farted in her face. Here's the grainy audio.
Give my ass a little kiss.
Give my ass a little kiss. Wait for it. Here's the fart.
Jesus Christ.
Just give him a little kiss. Fart in your face.
Disgusting.
Speaking of anniversaries, can you
Somebody
believe it?
edit Journey into that.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I kept that on, but don't stop believing.
What a depraved world we're living in.
But, I mean, he walk so we could run?
I guess so.
We are now here 5 years ago. I can't believe how time has flown and how much craziness has happened since, but
it's Corona time.
Think about it.
Oh, I haven't heard this in a while.
5 years ago, I had a hard time finding it in my files, but it started pandemic 5 years ago, and we did a lot of weird things. And I'm here to give you a list of all the cringiest, especially when it came to Hollywood and celebrities. And this also popped up on my TikTok because the first thing that you think about, and I sent you in the group chat if you could play the video, at least the first couple minutes, was of course the Imagine video.
Yes.
It was the king of COVID cringe. But I was reminded today that this number where celebrities were sending in videos during self-quarantine of them singing Imagine by the Beatles, that was just 6 days into COVID. Not even a week into COVID, and we got this gold.
Oh, strangely enough, it starts with Gal Gadot.
Yes, it does.
Snow White.
Full circle.
Imagine there's no heaven.
Oh,
it's easy if you try.
Kristen.
No hell below us.
I love the audio.
Mother's only sky. Imagine all.
Oh, he was in there.
Oh, yeah. You forget what celebrities.
Man, there's a lot of them.
Yeah,
Jeez.
It goes on for 6 minutes. So they tried to lift us up 6 days into the pandemic. We also have Vanessa Hudgens, Ignorant Comments is what they're calling it. After they canceled Coachella, Vanessa went on to Instagram Live and said predictions that the outbreak might last through July sounded like, quote, a bunch of bull hockey.
Well, we also kind of thought the same thing.
Because I get it. It's a virus. Like, I respect it. But at the same time, like, even if everybody gets it, like, yeah, people are going to die, which is terrible. But, like, inevitable.
Oh, God.
And, of course, she apologized. We had the balcony clapping. Remember that?
Yes,
everyone got out. They clapped everyone going to their essential jobs. I do not remember us getting any sort of clap.
No. But we don't pass as many balconies on the way to work.
That's very true.
Especially when we were working at Sean's house.
And the truth of the matter is, we were working much harder during the pandemic. We were like wearing costumes every day to try to brighten people's day. We were trying to make you happy in tough times.
Here's another beautiful cringe moment. We had Madonna. She posted a video from her bathtub, rose petals floating on the surface of her naked body, calling COVID the great equalizer.
Well,
caption moment, take advantage. Drake posted a video from his home basketball court saying, "My life for the next however long started from the bottom." Evangeline Lilly proudly tweeted on March 16th that she was not quarantining or social distancing. She ended up apologizing and calling herself arrogant. And Sia tweeted the word virus with the VIR crossed out, so it was just us, which apparently means something.
All right. Okay.
And, so much more after that. Maybe I'll continue on for the week and show you guys all the other cringe, because that was
5
just
years?
6 days in, and we have a whole, what did it end up being? A year and a half before people were like breaking the rules, and then the guy at the Kid Rock
Some
bar.
people longer than others, for sure, but longer than that. Longer than 6 days. That much is true.
It has been longer than 6 days since we lost the great Gene Hackman and his wife. And just when we thought it was all put to bed, Dr. Josiah Child says, "Nay, I've got a little tidbit for you." He is now claiming that his wife called his office, sounding healthy, 24 hours after police claimed that she died.
Really? So Gene Hackman's wife was calling people still, so clearly not dead at that time?
Here's the thing. Apparently they didn't answer.
Oh, that's brutal, too.
Yeah. Former emergency care specialist, now runs Cloudberry Health in Santa Fe, New Mexico, told DailyMail.com that Miss Hackman didn't die on February 11th because she called my clinic on February 12th. She called me a couple of weeks before her death to ask about getting an echocardiogram for her husband. She was not a patient of mine, but one of my patients recommended Cloudberry to her. Made an appointment February 12th. It was for something unrelated to anything respiratory. And then she called back the morning of, spoke to one of the doctors, made an appointment. He also cast doubt on the medical examiner's diagnosis of the hantavirus pulmonary syndrome for Betsy. I'm not a hantavirus expert, but most patients who have that diagnosis die in hospital. It is surprising that Mrs. Hackman spoke to my office on the phone February 10th and again on the 12th and didn't appear in respiratory distress.
Yeah.
So the mystery remains.
On the other hand, isn't it kind of in that doctor's interest to be like, well, she didn't sound too bad when she left a
Cloudberry.
When she left a voicemail that I didn't even get to begin with, and Gene Hackman's dead already, probably, or
But
dead
let me
afterwards.
mention Cloudberry a couple more times, Cloudberry.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that all unfolds. More news to come, I'm sure. Just when we thought we have heard it all, we now have the killer, because I can't say alleged, convicted, has been in jail, of Selena.
Yeah, that's right.
Yolanda Saldivar.
Wasn't it somebody from her fan club or something?
So it was
her
the
manager.
president. Oh, I thought it was the president of her fan club.
President, manager of the fan club, very close to Selena. Yolanda Saldivar. Now her family is stirring the pot ahead of her parole hearing. And according to them, Selena is partially to blame for her own death.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. You have to be alive to die, and she was the one living, so.
That's true.
There you have it. So they say this was, from what we understand, Yolanda took Selena's life back in 1995 after being confronted about allegedly stealing over $30,000 from the boutique business that Selena owned. While she spent nearly 30 years behind bars, she's now eligible for parole at the end of the month. Her family is now coming forward with this controversial defense, saying that she was reacting to the way she was confronted. So it's Selena's fault. Maybe if she would have been a little nicer about stealing $30,000, she wouldn't have been murdered. Have you considered that?
Victim blaming at its highest form right here.
But at the longest time.
Hey,
30 years later.
Tiny little tidbit for you.
Yeah, what up?
There was somebody at the time that Selena died that was such a big fan and saw the outpouring of love for Selena after she was killed by this person. And they said, we must do something about this. We are going to declare her birthday Selena Day.
Oh.
And that person, George W. Bush. George W. Bush. Rocked by Selena's death. Big fan, apparently, I guess.
I appreciate that. We'll see if this defense or excuse or whatever the F it is works on the 30th when she's up for parole.
What was George W. Bush doing in 1995?
Governor of Texas, maybe? Or was that too early for him to be governor? I don't remember timelines anymore. Yeah, I think he probably would have been Texas governor then.
On the boob tube, it's too late for that. I just wish you a wonderful day, and I want you to follow your dreams. And me on Instagram, at Sabrina Ambra. But most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back.
He was governor of Texas.
Was he at that time?
Yep.
And before that, I believe he was the owner of
drive.
the Texas Rangers, I think. That's the most I know about George W. Bush's timeline, but there we are. All right, we're going to find out if anybody wants to adopt C-Lane as we roll on. Plus, we got some text messages from a teacher that are creepy. What did she send this student? Well, we will read them in just a moment. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's never been easier to listen to Real Radio 104.1 wherever you go. Make us your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. Emergency constructions slowing down traffic and blocking the express lanes of State Road 429 southbound at New Independence Toll Plaza. There's a crash on Central Florida Parkway near John Young Parkway. An accident on Balboa Drive near Pine Hills Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber. HOA and condo board members. Fiber internet has never been easier.
Let's go, Mike. Courtney Love is fleeing the United States of America. Courtney Love says, enough is enough. I have to flee the United States of America. It's just not safe here. What do you think about this? I did not know that Courtney Love was still in the United States of America. Haven't seen her in a while. Hole kind of fizzled out, her band. And now we end up in this part where, interestingly enough, she's been gone since Trump took office and nobody even noticed. We didn't even notice that Courtney Love was gone. We lost Rosie O'Donnell to Ireland. We lost Courtney Love to England, I believe. They are fleeing. And now we may never get them back. If Trump is made emperor, they'll never come back. They said they're not coming back until it's safe. Courtney Love is just cruising, right? Man, what a life she's living. Little factoid for you. Little factoid about Courtney Love. Courtney Love is famous because she obviously was married to Kurt Cobain. But, little known story, Kurt Cobain had a wrestling fetish. And so if he liked a girl, for some reason he would try to start wrestling with them. He had a wrestling fetish. It was like Kurt Cobain's thing. And then he meets Courtney Love. He thought she was cool. She was big in the industry at the time. Like, she was friends with everybody. And he's trying to flirt with her. So Kurt Cobain starts wrestling Courtney Love. And she wrestles back. And she was the first girl to wrestle back. And so they started dating. They had a little Frances Bean Cobain baby. And then later, that baby would go on to marry the baby of Tony Hawk. What a world. What a world, folks. And that is the rest of the story. Do we like Hole? Yes or no? Do we like Courtney Love? What do we think? Or can she stay gone? Keep her away. Which one? What do you think about Courtney Love? Let us know.
Capital One Bank Guy. It's pretty much all he talks about. In a good way. Capital One. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One, N.A. member FDIC.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1979. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1979. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1979. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
Big Courtney Love fans, big hole fans, in chat apparently. What do they got? Doll Parts? Doll Parts is maybe the best song, I think. Malibu, right? That was the song about Malibu. Shocking. What else did Hole have? Doll Parts, Malibu. Doll Parts in Malibu are all I can think of. Celebrity Skin. That was the album though, right? Oh, make me over. She used to flash people all the time. A Courtney Love beaver shot was not a rarity when she was on tour. That is true. Or many of early wardrobe malfunction with a Courtney Love boob popping out.
Also round up our order and the extra will get donated. Food, family, and helping others. What could be better? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Want to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings. Because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free? Never sounded so good. Broadcasting live from the world's most dysfunctional think tank. This is the news.
We're losing our celebrities. It's our most prized possession as Americans. We have our celebrities. That is all we have. They bring us through tough times. If you were listening to the next episode, you know that celebrities were the ones 5 years ago to get us through the pandemic with their Imagine song.
All the people.
Imagine if they didn't do that. How about that? And we're losing the celebrities thanks to Trump. My God, Trump, what's going on?
Who'd we lose
need to
now?
curtail this. We lost already. We know Rosie O'Donnell. She went to the Irish folks. They drafted Rosie O'Donnell. And I said, all right, we'll take you over here. So she's over there. Now we've lost Courtney Love.
No.
To England. She moved to England, and she's going to be a British citizen. And now we lost Courtney Love. This is the 2 celebrities down in 1 week. I cannot take much more of this. It's death by 2 cuts, and I am bleeding profusely here. And now more celebrities are fleeing the United States of America because of Trump's return to power. She says, I'm really glad I'm here in the UK. It's so great to live here. And she says she's waiting to come back until whatever, Trump's done. Or Rosie O'Donnell said she's waiting until it's safe to return. So I'm imagining the same thing. Singers Cher and Barbra Streisand had talked about leaving the country, but I think they're still here. I think we still got those ones locked in for right now.
Does it count if they still have homes in the U.S.? It seems like an extended stay at that point.
It does, kind of. But if they go for citizenship, I think that feels like they've done a thing. But
who would have to do it that it would matter to people?
Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is when everything gets serious. When he leaves, it's like, whoa, hold on. They're all leaving now.
I still think my favorite part of Borat 2 was that they somehow made the whole thing Borat's fault, and he gave Tom Hanks COVID. Mr. Forrest Gumps.
There's a lot of people leaving. A total of 2 of them so far. So we are now trying to assess the situation and see if America, the once great nation, can move on, or if we're going to have some troubles.
Well, he said he wanted people to self-deport, so
they're doing it. Yeah, they're taking him up on that offer. And then we also had France talking about possibly wanting the Statue of Liberty back. It was like one French politician. I think they even asked this at the White House yesterday.
There is now a member of the European Parliament from France who does not think the U.S. represents the values of the Statue of Liberty anymore. They want the Statue of Liberty back. So is President Trump going to send the Statue of Liberty back to France?
Absolutely not. And my advice to that unnamed low-level French politician would be to remind them that it's only because of the United States of America that the French are not speaking German right now. Thanks very grateful to our great country.
Firing shots back, France. Take that. Firing shots back. It is true. I'm going to go on the record with this. It is indeed true that France would not be where they are right now, and they probably would be speaking German if the United States did not save their asses in the Great World War. Yes, indeed, that is true. However, if you follow back things a bit further, France did help us become America. When we fought off the Brits, we had France helping us out. So
we'd still be under the loving care of the royalty and all that stuff.
Depends on where you start your history or your herstory.
Do we have any tidbits from the French version of this address here?
No, I don't have anything. I don't even know who their person is. Everybody's
Low
got a
level,
person.
Apparently.
Politicians in France want the Statue of Liberty back. It's one person at the EU, and it would be hilarious if we did actually send it back. But I think that before we send it back, we should let it be open to all of the New Yorkers who I'm sure have wanted to vandalize that thing for years, but we've protected the Statue of Liberty, and just let them go at it. Tag it up real good and then put it on a ship and send it out. It's kind of ugly anyways. I know. Spicy take, but here we are regardless. Okay, we're going to get to your dispatches in just a moment. Oh, Trump also had a moment yesterday where he was mad at NBC, and he's upset about it.
Who are you with? Sir, I'm with NBC. That's the same one. I don't want to talk to NBC anymore. I think you're so discredited. Mr. President. There
he goes. He said, NBC, I don't want to talk to you anymore. You're so discredited. He doesn't want to talk to NBC anymore, which I don't know if he's confusing NBC and MSNBC or if he just thinks NBC sucks too. They might. I don't know.
Everybody sucks.
He's not a big fan of it. He was at this event, though, to announce something else, which was kind of interesting. Although, color me jaded, I'm not going to get all excited about this. These releases have been less than stellar. The Epstein release, anybody questioning this? We were supposed to get the Epsteins. We got nothing, and now this.
We are tomorrow announcing and giving all of the Kennedy files.
The Kennedy files.
So people have been waiting for decades for this, and I've instructed my people that are responsible, lots of different people.
The best people.
Put together by Tulsi Gabbard, and that's going to be released tomorrow.
All right, well, I'm waiting for this too, but I have been let down by these releases, so I'm not going to get too excited so far.
I mean, what are we going to hear? What are we going to find out?
Oh, my God, there was another shooter. The FBI covered it up.
We discovered he was, in fact, shot in the head.
Never going to happen. Never going to happen. And here's the thing. I'll throw it to both of you. Do you think if there was a grand conspiracy and the U.S. government was behind JFK's death, the U.S. government had an assassin kill JFK, and it was the story that we all know to be true is not true, I think there's a 0% chance they would ever actually release that. I don't think if there was a jaw-dropping bombshell that they would ever actually tell us this information.
That whole paragraph is redacted.
Yeah, it would be a big black box on the piece of paper.
It just says JFK. That's the one word we can make out.
And Trump was saying it's not going to be redacted. It can't be redacted, but they got to release it all. And now we got a new release on our hands. We'll see what happens with this. Let's talk about teachers who are a little too horny for their own good. Right. Not a good idea. Some text messages have been released. This is a teacher, a married suburban teacher that is in trouble for these messages.
All right.
WGN has the story out of Illinois. Let's see what happened with this teacher, what she was involved in. Maybe we get the text message.
On WGN News at 9.
All right.
Good evening. I'm Micah Matera.
And I'm Ben Bradley in for Ray Cortopassi. A Downers Grove South High School teacher and soccer coach now facing felony charges.
Too high of a little swoosh there.
It was a soccer coach and teacher at this school.
Let me guess. With a female student.
Ooh, I don't know. Does it say? No, it says a boy who was 15 years old at the time.
Take back my guess.
Went to the police station with his mother to report the sexual contact with this teacher.
This is how it went. Tell him. Go ahead. Tell him what happened.
She was a soccer coach and tutor at the time. Let's see how the mom caught the kid.
She's accused of having sex with a student, but claims she's being set up.
WGN's Brona Tumulty joins us from Downers Grove with details. Brona.
Here she goes.
Good evening. That teacher was released by a judge this morning following arraignment on 2 conditions. She is not allowed on the school grounds and not allowed any contact with anyone under the age of 18. Officials with the district make a brief statement about the matter tonight.
This morning, we learned that a DGS teacher was arrested and detained by law enforcement.
Don Renner, president of the Board of Education of Community High School District 99, speaking this evening in Downers Grove. That teacher he's talking about is 30-year-old Christina Formella, now charged with aggravated criminal sexual abuse and assault. Formella started with Downers Grove South High School in 2020 in the Special Services Department.
You know, it's maybe one of the weirdest things about these stories. This woman, Christina Formella, is not an ugly person. If she wanted to have sex with whatever guy that she wanted to have sex with, she could go out and meet a grown-up and have sex with him. In fact, she got herself married, friends. She even was able to get herself married. But somehow she gets distracted by a 16-year-old, 15-year-old student in her classroom and sends text messages like this. The student texted, "I love you so, so much, Mama." The teacher said, "Love you so much, baby." Even though this morning was short, it was perfect. The student said to the teacher, "I know, baby, it was perfect, baby, perfect, perfect, baby, so perfect." It's the actual text message. Mm-hmm. The teacher says, and this is quite bad in terms of evidence. I got to tell you, to teach Miss Christina, soccer teacher, a.k.a. tutor or whatever, she says to the student, "I love having sex with you." I'm going to have to tell you that's bad evidence right there.
Exhibit A.
I know, baby. I love it so much. It feels so good. It's so passionate. It's so intimate. It's so perfect, said the student to the teacher. And she's the latest roped up in this whole thing.
Thank you for all that.
Now it leads to her mugshot. Unbelievable, ladies. Get it under control. Although we did see that this is sort of a story selection issue, and that there are more male teachers that end up in sexual relationships with their students, but they love the stories over at the news agencies and the news stations. They love the ones with the women, with the female teachers.
That's the ones that get the clicks.
If there's like a threesome, I remember when there was a threesome, might have been the teachers in my brain. It tells me it's Las Vegas. I don't know if that's right or not, but it was a threesome story, and that one was really big. They love these stories
because it was two hot teachers.
Teacher busted.
Okay, I googled student teacher threesome. I should have put news. I got Pornhub X videos, Pornhub XNXX X videos. Can't read a lot of these.
Yeah, keep those off. I think off stream. Don't click any because your monitor is right there. I can see what's going on, for God's sake. But we do want to know what you think and what drives.
Why would it distract you if I just let it rip?
Started watching adult content on your screen over there? Maybe. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. Dan on YouTube says, guys are usually like, hey, cool, but change the story to where she gets pregnant and now this 15-year-old kid is on the hook as a father for the rest of his life, and you get closer to the exploitation. This is not something you are going to fix in American society. It is just the way we are. We see things, and I think, honestly, I think the lens is at least somewhat warranted. Let me make the case here. We see male teacher and young female student as more of a crime and a terrible thing than female teacher, male student. The reason I think we see things that way is young men are always on a quest to get laid, and young women, for the most part, are the ones who decide when they want that to happen for them. So we view it as something good happening for the young guy.
The men decide when they want that to happen, just not when it's going to happen.
Yeah, they can't necessarily get across the finish line on their own. And we also look at the power imbalance. That's one thing. And in this case, the teacher obviously has more power than the student. But we look at men and women as if a man is not a victim of some sort of sexual crime in the same way that a young woman especially would be. That is how American culture, whether you like it or not, takes these things in. And I've seen over the years that I just don't think this is going to change. People will see this kid.
The kid with the student teacher threesome, he broke his arm.
Exactly. That's exactly how these go.
From all the high fives.
C-Lane. Computer screen.
And I think that what are you doing? Why is that on your screen?
I don't know.
Is that supposed to be symmetrical, or does the bottom half need to see?
I don't know. There's a watermark on it.
Is that from somebody getting on a Xerox machine?
I don't think so.
Is that like a press and scan kind of
clip art?
It's only for you folks who are watching the stream today. Congratulations.
Those not watching the stream, you're good.
Yeah, but I think I really honestly do. I think that's kind of fair. And it really goes down to ages. If there's a 15, 16, 17-year-old guy and he's willingly having sex with his female teacher, I do think it's different than if there's if there's a 12-year-old.
Looking at the text exchange, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
but it's
like
a relationship here happening.
You could say that people can't consent. You're right when they're 15 with grown-ass adults. You could say that the teacher should never be doing this, and you're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
But I say when you take a female teacher who has had sex with a 15-year-old male student and put it next to a male teacher who is having sex with a 15-year-old student, it's just always going to play out worse for the male teacher and the female student in the court of public opinion. It's just going to be that way.
Unless the student's parents say, you guys can get married, we'll sign off on this.
That happens sometimes, yeah. And I think that it also is about the parents' reaction. When the parents find out their 15-year-old son is having sex with the teacher, they go and they want to get the teacher arrested. They want to get the teacher in trouble, and they go to the news with this stuff. When the parents find out that their teenage daughter is having sex with a male teacher, the father puts on brass knuckles and heads over to the house, and it's all you can do to stop him from killing the person. It's just different reactions to these things. I was banned for a joke, says Sean. This is kind of weird, my guy. If you think that's weird, you're completely out of touch with American culture. That is just how Americans digest these stories. I've seen it for so long that is just as clear as day to me. I am not even saying whether it is right or wrong.
Yeah, we didn't endorse the idea.
I am saying that is how Americans do this.
It's just a fact.
You want to see how it's? Go look at the comments of any story where a young boy, a young student, a teenage boy is in a relationship with his female teacher, and then go look at the comments on any story. Not that these are perfect examples of how the public reacts, but you get the idea, where there's some young girl and a male teacher. It's just how people digest these things. All right, we will take a very quick break. The quickest of breaks. When we come back, here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about a YouTuber. C-Lane knows this guy. Sabrina, you're probably aware of him too. Mark Rober, he's a pretty famous YouTuber. He's one of the biggest out there. Used to work for NASA. Now he makes YouTube videos. He's famous for the glitter bomb things.
Yes, got him.
Those are very big. Each year around Christmas.
But he's got a lot of stuff that's much better than the glitter bomb thing. The whole squirrel obstacle course.
That was fun. Those squirrel videos are real fun. I like those. And now he's made a new video. And this one's been a little controversial. People are saying
he's getting drilled for this.
I honestly don't know enough about the Teslas to know if the guy faked it or not, but I do want to have this conversation. And Tesla drivers, stand by. We'll see what everybody else thinks. Let us know. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
No, we don't want a stale-ass trivia question.
It is stale, and I'm going to get rid of it, and that's why I want to blow it right now so I can throw it away.
Hold on a second. Say that again.
The Monsters in the Morning.
You guys, maybe your dopiest take of 2025. Maybe your dopiest take of 2025, suggesting that that is a weird thing to highlight. It's just reality. Just a reality. I will say no teachers in high school, middle school, elementary school, or anything under the age of 18 should be having sex with their students. In college, I don't care if you bang the professor. Do not care. And the schools don't care mostly. Isn't that weird? Once you're in college, they make you pay for the school and you can have sex with the professor, no punishment. No issues. Unless you're James Franco. Career ender if you're James Franco. What do you think? Uncanceled James Franco? Or no, he's still canceled? I feel like all he did was have sex with some students in some dumb class. And the real sin was that the school that costs an unbelievable amount to go to attend if you're a student, was paying James Franco to teach classes. That is the true sin here, okay?
Provide one-to-one tutoring support and assigned academic advisors who will work with you to keep you on track from day one. You can change the course of your life and the lives of people counting on you. Because we believe the better we care for nursing students now, the brighter the future of nursing will be. Galen, the now approach to nursing education. Join us at galencollege.edu.
It's the Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. 2 bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1. Win your share of $250K or more today. Prize pool to be paid out in bonus bets. Not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions.
Where's Lee?
In her bed.
Why don't you let her out?
I did.
You did? Well, why is she still in there?
I don't know.
What do you do?
Have you ordered at Bath and Body Works?
Yeah? What'd you get?
I got 5 soaps and this for $21.
Why'd you buy so many soaps?
Because they're on sale.
What's this?
They're normally it's $8.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The lady said it's good.
That's cool. For like a dog bath thing?
Yeah, I thought maybe it would get the pollen off.
It's just obviously it's safe enough so if she licks it or something. Does it smell good?
Yeah, it smells bad.
Ooh.
Also, I got Disney Princesses soap.
Why did you get that?
Because they smell good. I got Ariel and Belle and Tiana.
You're not supposed, I'm turning the microphone off.
What?
We're not supposed to tell people that. Lady!
Give her one.
Get a cheese ball? No, she had a cheese ball yesterday. No.
When she had a cheese ball yesterday.
I gave her one. Come on.
She can have a cheese ball every day.
Anything else?
I got a new soap for your bathroom. Sure.
Okay, thank you. See you later, alligator.
Should I spray you with that?
No, I don't want that.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze Car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Are you hiding your smile because of missing or damaged teeth? Solid Bite can help. With the latest techniques and technology, you'll be showing off your smile in no time. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now to receive your free booklet. 321-259-8000.
Did you know that 40% of adults can't explain what a tax deduction is?
I can't either.
Well, we're here to help. I'm Leah Palmieri.
And I'm Matt Stillo.
And this season on Grown Up Stuff, we're making taxes way less scary.
There's no other time in life where you're like, am I going to get back $4,000 or am I going to owe $10,000? It's like the crappiest casino.
Listen to Grown Up Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Grown Up Stuff and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's the
But I have to say it. It's true. It's just, I feel pressured to say it, especially when I see a story like this one from the New York Post that I'm looking at here. The headline from the New York Post says that Target stores are banning kids under the age of 18 without an adult because fights and different like groups of people going in and stealing stuff has been breaking out in these Target stores. And I've seen it with my own eyes. This is a problem. The biggest problem of this is that these 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, right in that zone, 15 to 18, particularly bad. What it is a sign that parenting has gone to hell in this country. Parenting is probably at an all-time low. Yeah. And the kids just do whatever they want because they don't face any repercussions in real life, right? Like they don't get charges pressed against them or they could just do what they want. And the kids figured out, hey, there's no punishment for me here. I don't get punished at home because my parents don't care or my parent doesn't care. And I don't get punished in school because they just want us to go through the pipeline and come out the other side. And then we could go over to Target and get in a fight or do whatever we want to do until Target and the mall and all these places have to ban everybody who's 18 or under because they're a bunch of dumb hoodlums screwing things up for the normal people who just want to buy something at Target. That's the world we live in. I know it's a boomer rant, but that is just the world that we live in. I'm being real with you here. And this is so true to me that I actually had to give my son Dylan a piece of advice based on this past week, right? I was like, well, what have you been thinking about doing, Dylan? Dylan works at a vape shop now. He's been there for a while. He's a great employee of the vape shop.
So you gave him the what are you doing next with your life speech?
No, we were just talking, and he had brought up, look, I'm thinking about this, and he said something, and I immediately thought, and if you don't know my son and you only know me, you're going to go, that doesn't sound like a good idea. But my son is like, Dylan is like a social butterfly. He likes to chit-chat with people. He likes human interactions, as I would call them. He wanted to work at Publix just so he could be like the bag boy and talk to people and connect. And that's how he is versus me. But he tells me, well, I've been thinking about being a teacher. And I said, a teacher? Okay. He's like, yeah, I want to be an English teacher because I had an English teacher that I really liked, and I think I could be good at that. So he wants to be like the Jaime Escalante of English teachers, stand and deliver. And
thank you.
And I have to say to him, I go, the first question I say to him is, what grade do you want to teach, Dylan? And he said, oh, I don't know, like high school. And I said, no. No. I said, no.
Like you won't allow him?
He can do whatever he wants. He's a grown-ass adult. But I'm like, no. I said, when kids are in that age range from 15 to 18 or whatever, they're gone. They're already ruined. The kids.
What do you mean?
You could go to any school district, any socioeconomic class, any type of elementary, first grade, second grade, third grade classroom, and there's good kids in there. There's actually sweet, good kids in there still. Once they start getting up into fourth and fifth grade in middle school, they start to turn a little bit. In high school, there's monsters everywhere. There's monsters all over the place. It's impossible. It's so hard to even be a teacher that is making a difference anymore when you have kids. Like one kid can ruin it for the whole classroom. And I was like, I would rethink that. I would try to go.
Or maybe he's going to make the difference
to another grade. Because you'll just be.
I have to teach
miserable.
these kids.
I gotta teach the kids.
What is this from? Is this the same thing you quoted earlier?
Stand and Deliver? You don't know Stand and Deliver?
I've never watched it.
Man, it's Jaime Escalante. True story, I believe, unless I'm crazy. See if that's a true story, C-Lane, because I don't want to be tossing out fake news all over the place. People accuse me of that anyways, but these are all true
every
news.
Other segment, we promised.
This is the real deal. But yeah, they're barring Target kids. They don't want any kids in the Target without adults because you're just a bunch of useless little lepers that wander around the store you steal stuff. And it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
And you just cause problems. They're hellions. We need to fix this, but I don't know how to fix it.
How do you exactly? But you're just calling everyone hellions. Does not leave a lot of room for the kids that are not going to be hellions.
You fix it by trying to get better parents. But how does one do that? How does one solve that problem?
It's not always the cards that are dealt, but if there is another great adult influence, that would be in the school. Or like a summer camp.
Teachers these parents expect way too much out of teachers, in my opinion. I think that the parents drop their kids off at school and they want it to be like a daycare for their grown-ass kids. And then if the teachers ever get frustrated or mad with their terrible hellion spawn, then they tell, he's just an innocent little kid. He didn't do anything. He's a prince, my kid. And of course it was the teacher's fault. And I don't want Dylan to fall into that trap. I think the teenagers, some of them are lost causes. Some of them are not. Some of you are great. You're awesome kids. I run into kids all the time. And they're like, damn, look at this, a normal kid. How about that? I love that. But the ones that are gone are so far gone. And what do you think? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and let's see what you got on your mind.
I had never seen Stand and Deliver. Don't know anything about it. I was quoting Cartman.
You were.
Hey, guys.
But Cartman was doing Stand and Deliver.
Yep.
So I was sort of right.
Yeah, the Stand and Deliver, for those of you youngins, was a movie that I don't even know if they would make this anymore, about a teacher who actually cared about the kids, and all the kids in class were dumb. They were all dumbos, every single one of them, front to back in the class. And Jaime Escalante said, I'm going to teach the kids. And they were loud, and he stood up on his desk, and he said, shut up, kids. And then here's how you do calculus or whatever. And he taught the kids math, and they started to do better in school. And then they made a little movie about it. There's a story for you. All right, let's go to Mark
Cartman just
Rober.
taught him to cheat like Bill Belichick.
That's how it should be done. Mark Rober's a famous YouTuber. He makes more money than you do, making videos that he posts to his account. He should be on your radar if you're a good parent. Honestly, I'm not shilling for the guy, but he has this program where you could teach your kid to be interested in science and STEM stuff. Mm-hmm. And each month they send your kid this little gadget that they can build and you can learn from it. And
hell, I kind of want to build them, and I'm not a kid.
It's kind of fun. It's a cool idea for young kids. But he's getting heat for his latest video. And in it, Mark Rober did the Wile E. Coyote test on his Tesla. Tesla's very controversial these days for some dumb reason. Well, I mean, for Elon Musk reason. People are very mad at Elon Musk. So they're doing stuff like this. They're lighting Teslas on fire. And this is a dealership in Vegas I'm looking at. Just lit all these Teslas on fire. They're exploding. Just blowing up in the parking lot. And when we're not doing that, when we're not blowing up the Teslas in the Vegas Tesla parking lot, we're doing stunts with him. And he painted a wall on a street. So think about when Wile E. Coyote would be trying to get the Roadrunner. The Roadrunner would be going down the road, as it were, and the Wile E. Coyote would build a wall. He would put all the bricks up and build this wall across the road. And then he would paint the wall so that it looked like what was behind it. So the wall became invisible. He'd paint the sun, he'd paint the sky, paint the road on this wall. And then he would think that the Roadrunner is just going to plow into it. He's going to grab him and eat him. But it never failed. The Roadrunner would be able to run through this thing that the Wile E. Coyote built.
Leaving a hole in the wall in the shape of the Roadrunner.
Of a Roadrunner. And then Wile E. Coyote would be like, can I do that too? And he would run into it. Now, they tried that with the Tesla, and apparently it did not work as intended. Or maybe as intended. He's driving down the road, full automatic. So the cameras should notice that it's a wall that's painted and not...
Here we go!
Not something you should drive through. And he crashed into it.
Holy shoot.
I know. I really thought he was going to drop the S-bomb there. And people have been pretty mad about this video.
Yeah, I'd be mad too.
And they're saying that LiDAR is the name of the thing that he did. Light detection ranging sensors.
Does not work.
People are saying he cheated, that you can see they switch the autonomous settings on and off at the last second.
Play it again then.
I don't know if that's true. They said that the screen on the Tesla flashes like right before the crash. And it's like, well, I guess it starts out with like a rainbow road or something. I don't know. This doesn't look like that. But he's driving. Let's see if anything on the dash flickers or whatever.
Okay, so I see him.
Okay, now it's a rainbow road, fully autonomous.
Holy shoot!
And right before it crashes, it turns into like a white screen. So people were saying that this was some kind of tomfoolery. I don't know if that's true at all. I'm just getting this from like community notes and stuff on Twitter.
Let's take it to the test. I know that we have some Tesla listeners, so
we're going to paint a brick wall. We're going to paint a brick wall. We're going to have you do this.
Just some foam, right?
This note says, at 12 seconds, he moves the steering wheel. Mark Rober does. The disengagement sound is played, and the rainbow road disappears. At the moment of the crash, no automatic driving features is active. He's not using FSD, but autopilot. Autopilot needs human oversight and intervention at all times. And then people are saying it's different from the YouTube video. Autopilot was turned on at the last minute in this vehicle. I don't know who's telling what. What have you seen, C-Lane? People responding to this YouTube video.
Well, he said himself, not sure why it disengages 17 frames before hitting the wall, but my feet weren't touching the brake or gas. But there are some inconsistencies in how he describes the thing, mostly because autopilot is something that they're all supposed to be, you can't take your hands off the wheel.
You're supposed to be watching what's going on.
But I think you can take your feet off the pedals at least.
Mm-hmm.
And so, in this article by Forbes, where the title is "YouTuber Mark Rober tests cameras versus LiDAR and gets it wrong," they go a lot into, and I think, in my opinion, too much into the difference between autopilot and then what a self-driving car is, and then the fact that Tesla has a quote-unquote self-driving feature that's not autopilot, but it's still supervised, so it's not fully autonomous.
Yeah, most cars in the last few years have, if you're not autonomous, still have that, like, right before you're going to hit something,
the stop
brakes, are activated. So, I mean, this didn't seem like any of that was happening.
Well, the car didn't stop, that's for sure. It plowed through the fake wall that had, the paint of whatever was behind it on it.
The car was just like, we know that was foam. Nice try, asshole.
Wait, but what would people think the motivation is? That he doesn't like Elon? That he wanted to make a viral video and this makes for a better video?
I don't think that he's... I hate to call it political, but Elon has...
I don't think he is.
Elon has made himself political. I don't think Mark Rober is political. But
I don't think so either.
I think what he is trying to get across is that because there's a lot of different like kind of schools of thought in how self-driving cars should work. Mm-hmm. And most of the ones that operate on roads right now without a human supervisor use LiDAR. They use a combination of LiDAR, radar, cameras, visions, and sometimes more. And Tesla works with just computer vision and cameras. So it's just looking at its surroundings.
So that's why it's different then.
Right. So basically the Tesla's supposed to crash through it. That's what he wants to happen. And it's saying that if something were using LiDAR, it would be, instead of just looking at stuff, it would be sending like I don't know, like pings back and forth.
Yeah.
And you would see that it's a big giant wall.
It would know that an object was there. So they're saying that would be superior technology to the Tesla technology. What a good idea for a video. Honestly, I have to give them credit for it. People are going to want to watch you drive into the fake wall. That is going to work every single time.
So I didn't know about this until we brought it up today, or else I would have read more into it or watched it. But I don't know if he got it wrong or if it's just like a bunch of Tesla people that are going, well, this was dishonest, or why did it disengage?
The problem with some of the Elon stuff is you have said that Elon is political. Yes, absolutely. 1,000% he is. And so therefore, sometimes you can't tell if people are just trying to defend him or if there is something that went wrong. I don't know. Sometimes that gets a little hard to tell. So let us know what you think. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. When we come back, and Trini says, you have to watch the whole video. It's really about the LiDAR device. I watched most of it not earlier today, yesterday I watched where he goes on.
But then he finished.
No, I was taken aback by a whole different thing that's really stupid, but I'll say it anyways. I was watching the Mark Rober video in question, and he goes on Space Mountain with this LiDAR device.
Space Mountain.
Because he was able to map Space Mountain even though it's in the dark.
Oh, that's cool.
He's a West Coaster, so he goes to Disneyland, and I'm watching, and the Space Mountain ride cars in Disneyland are side by side instead of in Disney World, where they're one in front of the other.
Straddling the person, the stranger in front of you?
Yeah, like a toboggan or something. I don't know if that's the right word, but like a bobsled. You know, you're one in front of each other. That's what got my attention, but I'm easily distracted. When we return, I have a mugshot here for a man who we're supposed to be looking for. It's not a mugshot. It's a artist rendering.
Oh,
it is
good.
This is what we're supposed to see. It's a police sketch, and I want to see what you think of it. So we'll get into that when we come back. I'll describe it for everybody. But if you want to watch it, now's a good time to go over to YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. The link's right there on top when the show is live. We'll do that. It is coming up next on The News Junkie.
Enjoy your dominance over artificial intelligence while you can.
Did the coffee machine always have a laser cannon?
Tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The Major League Baseball season's underway after the Dodgers beat the Cubs this morning in the league's Tokyo Series, and those two teams will meet again tomorrow. Florida's gearing up for what could be a long run in the NCAA tourney. Top seed Gators face MEAC champion Norfolk State Friday. And UCF has been capped to play in the inaugural college basketball crown tournament in Las Vegas. Knights will face Oregon State. That'll be April 1st. I'm Scott Davidson.
That feeling of owning your first Mercedes-Benz is hard to believe, but it's real. From the leather stitching to the iconic design, every element of a Mercedes lives up to its reputation. See for yourself at your local dealer. Offers are waiting.
If you want to find out about a reverse mortgage, guess what? That mortgage guy Don can help. Rates are improving, and that makes the terms even more favorable. Want to find out how it works? That mortgage guy Don will get you some numbers and explain the details. And then you decide if it makes sense for you to proceed. A reverse mortgage can be a lifesaver, especially for people over 62 on a fixed income. So get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you could trust. And that's That Mortgage Guy Don. Get a quote today with no hard credit inquiry by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Scott's just made daylight saving time an extra big deal. It's called Day Lawn Saving Time with huge in-store savings. Audacious? Absolutely. So don't wait. Stock up early and you'll be able to save up to $20 on Scott's Triple Action products today at the Home Depot, Lowe's, or Ace Hardware. Offers available March 6th through 19th at select U.S. stores while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See store for exact details.
Allergies are torture, but Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you beat your allergies for good. Exact is clinically proven to give long-term lasting allergy relief in 3 injections. That's right, allergy relief in 3 injections. No matter how long you've suffered, no matter what else you've tried, with 3 injections, you can experience relief from your allergies. Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
School mic activated. Folks, what is the best classroom-based movie of all time? And why is it 187 with Samuel L. Jackson? Classic. Classic movie. Way better than Stand and Deliver. 187 with Samuel Jackson, if you haven't seen it. Samuel Jackson is a teacher just trying to make a difference. The students are horrible monsters. The teacher is just like downtrodden, and the teacher finally fights back. Classic. The best teacher-based movie or classroom-based movie, I think, potentially ever. Name one better. Why is this crooked? There we go. Name a better classroom-based movie. I dare you. Breaking Bad. Is that technically a classroom-based movie?
We are connected internationally. We have relationships in the diamond industry that go back decades.
Oh my God. Somebody said Summer School. Is Summer School the one with Rodney Dangerfield? That is top 5 classroom-based movies. I don't know if it holds up. Just watched 187 again on Pluto last week. It's great. I love that movie. Love it. And the ending is wild. Samuel Jackson is one of my favorites. I can do a triple indie. Breakfast Club? Okay. You're going to hate me for this. The Breakfast Club is not a good movie. Not enough happens in The Breakfast Club. There's no, like, really great story arc. The characters aren't even that likable, actually. And it's not even worth making a movie about that. That's my take. The Breakfast Club is one of the movies that everybody watches and knows that they turn into a classic that I think is, I'm not going to say it's terrible, but I just think it's way, way, way overrated. The story is not great. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Sergeant Dave says it's so boring. It is. It's kind of a boring movie.
Comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you by comparing and finding the best rates. You could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
At Lowe's, members get more every day. Shop weekly member-only deals and earn points on eligible purchases. Join for free today. Points are awarded on eligible purchases. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms, subject to change.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This is
great country of ours, from sea to shining sea and the Gulf of America in between. What is it that we need to know? We'll find out here momentarily on the show. Before we do jury duty, I'd like to take a minute, if you don't mind, and talk about police sketches and how seemingly things have gone downhill in the police sketch world. I don't know why that is. I don't know what happened.
We need it anymore.
I think that it could be useful. Like, let's say somebody attacks you, Sabrina.
Yes.
And you fight back with your cat nails thing, and you win the battle and they run away.
Mm-hmm.
It's useful to have somebody who can take the description from your mind and put it down on a piece of paper and make it something you go like, yeah, the guy who did this looks like that. And we don't have a photo of him, which, it's kind of like there's cameras everywhere now. So it's much easier to get photos. It's less useful, but it I think, serves some sort of purpose out there. But when I see these police sketches, I go, I'm not saying I can do better, but there's a recent one where this guy attacks some women in Altamont Springs, I believe. And they're trying to find out if they can find this guy. And the police sketch that they released of this, okay, come on. Like, what?
Somebody on Reddit was like, this is the Leprechaun sketch all over again.
Like, it's not the worst I've ever seen, but it looks like a cartoon. It doesn't look like a person.
I mean, it looks like this would get an A+ in a 7th grade art class.
Yeah, maybe. I don't even know artistically because I think Courtney would say like the ears aren't really like that, or what. There's some things that are off about this, but is it that you have smaller police departments and they don't have a budget and they go, somebody's coming in, we need to do a police sketch, and Jeremy goes, I don't want to do it, and then Jennifer's like, fine, I'll do the police sketch.
I can't remember the last time I've seen like a police sketch that was used as a bolo, because it's usually from cities that have multiple angles of cameras, even if it's like potato phone image.
Which would be better than this. Yeah. A potato phone image would be much more useful and better than this, I think.
Weren't some of the police sketches getting more computerized? I think maybe in certain precincts that had more money to spend on this, maybe.
I think they should be. Honestly, if this is what we get, it looks like a crappy little sketch or something. And over the years, there's been some people who do there's one artist that was featured on Vox one time. This is a collection of different artists who do this, and some of them are so good. And you look at it and you go, wow, that is really some talent on display there. This is a useful thing to have. And then you have your
your sketches where you go, well, hang on just a second. I don't know.
That's not real.
Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure.
No, it's not.
Yes, I'm
No,
telling
I
you.
do remember the story.
Yeah, it was a real thing. They showed this sketch. I'm almost positive this was real. And
Go back to the others. There was one that looked like the guy in the hoodie with the hat.
Yeah. Like, that's
that is
really
a really
good.
picture.
I'll put this up on See It Now since it's a visual so you can see the difference in some of these. I'll put that up during the break when I get a chance.
And the one in the top right, I mean, if these people weren't criminals, the Yankees should be proud to be depicted in that picture because it's just they nailed the logo and the shading. Ugh.
It's skilled. It's very, very good. So you get your good ones with your bad ones, I think. Every now and again, you get somebody who gets busted. This is another one that I saw not too long ago. This is much better. That looks like a crappy photo of a person, and I think you might be able to find the person based on it. But the story out of Altamont Springs, I don't know if they're going to find anybody. It looks like a cartoon character that they've released to people. Again, I'll put this up on See It Now so you can see the visual when you get a chance during the break. Oh, boy, we're running right behind here. How to proceed? Let's just do this quickly. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. That's where you can see the photo of C-Lane, Adopt a C-Lane, where he's just looking quite sad.
Somebody offered you $10.
$10? That's not bad. That's a good deal. I think that's a very, very good deal. Sam on YouTube says, we need a police sketch of Sean, new listener talking to a cop drawing. That would be interesting. I don't know.
I thought we tried that, didn't we?
You can't do that because that person hasn't seen me. In the police sketches, the person has seen you, and they could say, well, the person had a big nose, the person had big eyeballs, the person had whatever your character traits are, was devilishly good looking in my case, and they'll give you the details, and then you draw what you're looking for. But these have not been the best. The quality is going very much downhill. If you are injured on the go, however, you just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 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 or go to justcallmo.com. The Spring Breakers are getting in trouble. They're arresting a lot of them out there on the beach, including the folks who set up a boxing match on Fort Lauderdale Beach. What the hell?
Let's go, baby.
Participants in the match were wearing boxing gloves. Some of the crowd were reportedly placing cryptocurrency bets on the fight. Jesus Christ. How 2025 is this? The chaotic scene is exactly what local authorities have been trying to prevent. They said dozens of spring breakers were watching a wild brawl in the sand. Police intervened, broke up the situation, and they said this will not be tolerated. You damn spring breakers. Go back where you came from, all right? And we're still watching the story of this woman who went to the Dominican Republic, and she was from the University of Pittsburgh. She is missing. Now her parents want the authorities to make her dead. They want to declare...
Oh, I thought you said murder.
Sadiksha Konaki. Her parents want the formal request to be accepted so that they can legally declare her dead and they can proceed forward.
It's a weird request from a family.
It is, but they have to... you can't start with a murder investigation, I guess, or like you can't have charges and stuff against somebody, including their person of interest, Joshua Uribe. And they have to wait until she's been reported dead or declared dead. The attorneys for this guy, Joshua Uribe, who's the suspect or one of them, accused the authorities of placing their client under surveillance at his hotel while pulling his passport despite him not being named as a suspect officially. He's given several accounts of what happened before Konaki vanished, including one where he said he was just a hero. He helped her out. He saved her. It was rough waters, man.
He was trying to help her breathe, that's all, and let her go on her merry way.
And then, well, the parents might be thinking that something else more nefarious happened. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com to record yours now. We have to have a chat when we come back. We got to talk to you. I got some emails to get into, and also,
did we ever do those ones from before?
Yeah, we got those in. Yeah, we got those in. We got more. Excuse me. I almost just Tracy Morgan right here on the show.
And
that
if you
would have
did
been
that
bad.
and I saw it, I would have done the same thing.
Oh, then we're all going. It's like a waterfall. 5% of you are up to something.
We have to talk about this. We have to see if you're willing to admit and give us some details on what's happening. 5% of you, what are you doing? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your 30 seconds of airtime awaits. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a serious accident affecting all lanes on State Road 60 westbound at Peavine Road. Emergency crews are clearing up an accident blocking the right lane on I-95 northbound before Maytown Road underpass. Traffic slowing down. There's bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. Just travel with caution on the roadways this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Get the meal deal you really want. Wawa's $5 Big Breakfast Deal gets you any sizzly breakfast sandwich, any size hot or iced coffee, and a hash brown for just $5. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling.
Go, Mike. Go, Mike, activated. Question, who... This seems like it's impossible for you to be in the chat and be able to answer yes to this question. Do you have 2 jobs? Do you have 2 jobs? And I don't mean a hobby. I mean something you actually get paid for. Do you currently have 2 jobs? If so, I want to know the jobs. But there's no way anybody in chat has not only 1 job. Well, I'm sure you're all gainfully employed. Or at least some of you are. But do you have 2 jobs is the question that is pertaining to the, or is important for the next story. Yes? 2 of you at Behaw, what are your 2 jobs? Behaw doesn't have 2 jobs. Where has Behaw told me what her job is? I think maybe I heard before. Healthcare? Two-ish. What does two-ish mean? If you get paid for it, it's a job, all right? So like you have your 9 to 5, your daily job, and then you have a second job. That's what I'm talking about.
$15.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now here's a good number, $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
places you can go. A lot of podcasts, a lot of live streams, a lot of radio shows out there, but you choose us.
We the best.
And we choose you, all right? We love you. We appreciate you. If you listen to this show on the live stream on iHeartRadio, do us a solid. Make sure you put this station as your preset. It's easy to do, and then it'll put it right on top there on your app. You can put the News Junkie podcast as a preset, too. And that way, if we're live, go live to us. If we're not, go to the podcast, and you can get your fill all the time. That is very, very nice of you for the folks who have done that. We appreciate it. We've got a lot of people in chat who are multitaskers. They have a lot of jobs. They're of this 5%, according to News Nation. They said 5% of the American workforce has a second job. 5% of people have a second job right now. They said approximately 8.9 million Americans have stated they work multiple jobs. That's the highest rate since the Great Recession back in April of 2009. And they said they're 50.2% multiple job holders in 2024 have a college degree. So this is people who are not folks who don't have some sort of qualifications in the job market, but they've got 2 gigs. This quote from the BLS folks, I think. If you're going, this is Carolyn McClanahan, a chief financial planner,
name.
Certified financial planner. Told CNBC, if you're going to try to have some semblance of a traditional life with kids and a house and transportation, it takes a lot of money to do that. Ain't that the truth? Kids are expensive, right, Sealand?
Yeah.
It's expensive out there. Kids are very pricey. If employers are seeing soft demand for labor and cutting hours, that's another reason why people are taking on additional jobs to fill the week and to fill their bank accounts. Do you have 2 jobs is question number 1. Are you part of this 5% of workers that has 2 jobs? And if so, what are they? Let us know with your dispatches before we rope things up and wrap things up here today on the show.
Rub them up, boys.
That's what we do around here. We rope and we wrap.
At the old radio rodeo.
Yeah.
There's some problems.
Some buckle bunnies, Jimmy.
Trouble in paradise over at Sphere Entertainment, the Las Vegas Sphere.
What?
Suggesting that there's not enough people going to this place to keep it open. There's some problems.
Right.
Even though they just said weekday attendance is at historic levels in the Sphere in Vegas, because there was a DJ who was in residency playing weekdays and the place was filling up.
Was that the one with like their visuals, like this robot lady?
Yeah,
was like
I think
knocking on the Sphere.
Yeah. They're like, I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know how they do that, who they get to do that, if the Sphere helps them make the animations for that massive screen.
So I've seen that I don't know the DJ's name, but I have seen their graphic in the
Anima?
past. And that was
ANYMA is the DJ, I believe.
And they use that in festivals.
Mhm.
So I imagine whoever their production person is, their designer, just gets the, I don't know, dimensions for the sphere.
That's probably right.
But what's so cool about the sphere is that it is a 360 experience. And then I learned, it was late last year, I believe I shared with you guys. I think a lot of people are under the impression that it's just visual, but every LED screen has its own set of speakers. So you're also getting a 360 sound experience.
crazy.
Can you imagine being on psychedelics in that bad boy?
It might be too much. It might be a little bit much to have all that at once.
I don't know. Ask, didn't Drew Carey go to the fish show there, or was that a different place?
I believe he said he would put his D in a blender to do that again.
He's a big fan, Drew Carey.
Of drugs.
Who would have thought? Yeah, the guy had an opium den, for God's sake.
Allegedly.
That's what, according to somebody, I don't know who, but they said that they're not worried about this. They say that they're doing very, very well over at the Sphere. And Anyma, ANYMA, the DJ, had helped them quite a bit as of late.
So then what's the problem?
They're denying the claims that their foot traffic is down. They use this software that tells you foot traffic into places, and I honestly don't think it's super accurate. Google uses this stuff too. It's how Google tells you if a location is busy. Like, here's the busy times of this location. They'll track all their users who have location tracking or whatever activated to see if these places are busy or not.
Activated.
And I just don't know how accurate those truly are. We'll have to see. All right, we'll go over to you. Let's work in a couple of dispatches and see what's on your mind on a lovely Tuesday, a Share the Show Tuesday. Here's Netta with a dispatch about kids.
Okay, you know what's wrong with the kids nowadays?
What?
They answer to no higher power. We've gone away from the family unit, so families aren't getting together, having dinner together. They're not in an organized religion. So there's no higher power. There's no consequences to your actions. There's no fear. So why should kids listen?
I've heard a lot of people say stuff like this, but I don't think it's that simple. I think it's much more about a culture of schools where they stopped punishing the kids for doing stuff. They said, well, we just got to get the kids through the system, because if we have 100% graduation rates, it's like tied to funding and other things, and it just becomes a pipeline. The kids go down the pipeline, and if they do something, sometimes they even go yell at the teacher for it. So even if their home life is good, even if their parents are good, kids can learn, hey, when I come into this classroom, I can get away with all sorts of stuff. My dad would kick my ass if I did some bad stuff. He would get the belt out.
Bad to
deep trouble.
Corporal punishment. Little chancleta.
He'd get the belt for me, and he'd whip me with the belt if I brought home some bad report cards or whatever. But in the house, I would behave and follow all the rules. But I'll tell you, when we had a substitute teacher in some of our classes, if everybody else in the class started acting up and people are throwing paper balls and whatnot, you look around and you go, I can get away with it. And you just start taking part in it. You start participating in the madness.
You'd think, until one of your subs knows your grandma.
Oh, that's not good.
Miss Muhammad.
That's bad.
I'll never forget. And she was like not a substitute that the students look forward to.
They didn't like her.
And there was nothing more humiliating than when Miss Muhammad was like, tell your grandmother I said hello.
Oh, you're like, forget, I don't know you, lady. Don't talk to me. I don't know you, please. We had Mr. Brown, and Mr. Brown never had control of the classroom. People mess with him so much.
Sean did wash his car with his shirt off once or twice.
The kid that was a different guy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just made that up. You want to expand on that?
I've told this story about Mr. Russell at Crestwood Middle School, who got arrested in the middle of the year, and we're like, hey, Mr. Russell's gone. What's going on here? And then everybody starts talking about this, and it turns out Mr. Russell was inviting all the young boys to go back to his house to wash his car and to hang out.
You only got invited once? Sorry,
I never got invited.
Oh.
Which is a little brutal.
But Mr. Russell saw the writing on the wall.
It's a true story, though. Mr. Russell, the teacher at Crestwood.
I forget the name of the guy that we had. My stepmom loves this story because she can relate because she was a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
But we had this guy that was a recurring sub, and he would go, I'll hand out office referrals. I hand out speeding tickets for lips flapping too fast.
Was it Foghorn Leghorn?
No.
It was the teacher you had here. Here's the story. Richard Russell. Damn it. I got a paywall on this. Guess who's hopping around that paywall, sucker?
Whee!
There we go.
Oh, that was quick.
Ex-teacher guilty in CP case. A former social studies teacher was sentenced to 14 years prison without parole. So is he out now? This was 2021. Wait, how was this? Did he get in trouble again? This must be a different teacher because it happened for me back in the 90s. No, oh my God. Okay.
That's the same dude?
Hold on. It says, as a condition of probation, Richard Russell, 28. No, he was too young. All right.
So
he was also ordered by
Russell Jr. also.
Russell, who taught social studies at Roe Palm Beach School, was arrested on February 10th after federal agents determined he mailed to Arizona a videotape of 2 minor boys engaged in sexually explicit content.
Could have been you, Sean.
Russell, a youth minister at Our Lady Queen of the Apostles Catholic Church in Loxahatchee, they said he was hired as a crisis intervention teacher at Crestwood in 1994.
Wow, so no background check.
He was a model teacher. Yeah, I don't know. I believe that was his name. But Mr. Russell that I knew was not good.
Model loving teacher.
2014, I don't know. None of these. None of these seem old enough. This was like, I think it had to be back in the 90s or something when that happened. Anyhow.
Look up 1973. That's when you were in middle school, right?
No, it wasn't the 70s. I was born in 1981. But can I tell you something?
What up?
As of late, when I've been signing up for accounts online,
it's so much longer.
The scroll is getting brutal. The scroll is getting pretty rough.
Kids born in 2000 are 25.
I know.
That's so weird to me.
Yep. And there's no way to get around that. No way to get around it, folks. You just have to
pull
deal
an
with
Natalia Grace if you'd like.
You could. I guess I stand corrected. There's one way to get around it if you'd like to do that. And you also get a little series about you. That's another way to do things. Here's one more. Barry has a dispatch for us.
Hola, happy day.
Hey.
What's up, C-Lang? What's up, Sabrina?
Hi, Barry.
What's up, Sean Edgelord Wasson? Hey, real quick, I think Dylan wanting to be a teacher in public education is a great idea.
Yeah.
I think we're starting to see the narrative shift in the positive direction for those individuals in that career. Hopefully, starting to see some talks in our legislation, maybe giving them more than just throwing the teachers a bone. But whatever. Also, Sean, what's happened lately? I don't know. Somebody hurt you. Feel like you're more sensitive lately. And I don't know what it is, but let us know who hurt you so we can go after them. Whatever the end.
All right, let me address this because I saw somebody mention this in chat earlier too. I am not more sensitive as of late. I am not. I'm always the same. I've been the same person always. The only thing I snap at is when I crack under the pressure of everybody coming at me. It tends to occur on Fridays because Moses decides to jump in.
Don't bring Moses into this.
I too will mess with Sean. And then you guys both see that and you're like, all right, here we go.
What
and
are
then
you referring to?
The audience sees this and then everybody is coming at me at the same time. And then I'll lash out and fight back. And
Did
then
you
people,
post something after Friday or something?
No.
What is this? What happened Friday? I thought we all had a good time.
It happens every Friday on the show. Everybody comes at me, and that I'm just done with the week and done with the show. And then at that point, I'm like, okay, I break every once in a while and go, okay. But I assure you this, sir, madam, whatever.
Barry.
If you had to get 1/50th, 1/100th of the feedback that I do doing the show on any day, you would be cracking. I am thick-skinned and I am resolute through all of it. And I continue to be so. And I shall henceforth be that way, Barry. But thank you for the dispatch anyways. Let's go over to this here. Here is the drunken mailman talking about Tracy Morgan.
Hey, news junkies and Sabrina and C-Lane. Happy Tuesday. You know, when I see or hear about someone throwing up, it always takes me back to elementary school days when the weirdo kid would puke on the school bus and they would throw down that cat litter, sand, whatever it was, down to, dry it up. And that smell would linger on that bus for days or weeks, man. It would just make you just sick to have to smell it.
You didn't see the little gravel that they would pour on puke?
Wiggle.
Yeah.
No, I mean, at least I don't remember the smell of it. Like,
well, what he's talking about, Sabrina, is it's that smell where the puke isn't necessarily there smell-wise, but it's still like you could smell the thing they tried to cover it up with.
I guess I didn't go to a pukey school.
We always had that. It was bad. There's nothing quite like puke that just sticks around with you for a long time.
Acidic.
I had one yesterday because
you puked yesterday.
No. Almost though.
Careful.
Somebody said, Sean, your desk is filthy. Clean it. And just random comment. So I was like, all right.
Can't even see your desk. What are you talking about?
People complain about everything.
Stop listening to them.
Your desk is filthy. And I said, maybe my desk is filthy. Let me clean up my desk. And as I was walking in here, Courtney was only half listening to me. And I said, what cleaning bottle do I use to clean my desk? And she says, use this one. And she ended up telling me the wrong one because she was only half listening. She thought I was going into my office to clean things up. And she gave me this bottle with vinegar in it.
Oh,
and so I sprayed
pungent
vinegar, watered down vinegar all over the desk. And I'm like, I'm scrubbing so hard and it's not really doing much. And I went out there and I said, the vinegar is not doing anything.
Oh, I see what
and she goes, oh, you idiot. I didn't mean it for that. It was just for your glass on your desk in your office. And then I go, oh, okay. But that smell was just hanging with me all day long, wisping like a cartoon up my nose holes.
I had someone do a clean of my house, and there was a bottle that I had of vinegar and it was clearly labeled vinegar, and they're using it on the counter. I'm like, did you want something else? And she's like, no, this is okay. And I go, let me get you something that smells better. She goes, no, this is good for cleaning. And then for a week, it was vinegar everywhere.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I'd rather fake lavender or lemon than vinegar.
There's some of those smells that just stick around. They're so powerful. You can't barely fight them off.
Selena, any smells you want to share before we go to break?
I like Lemon Pledge.
Okay. That's all we need.
All right. Now we know. I'm learning a little bit more about us this week. How about that? When we come back, we'll learn about you because you're going to send us a dispatch right now. Please. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch, second dispatch, or even third right now. When we return, we'll talk about a woman who was busted in a big drug deal and a police officer during a chase. The police car split in two. This is wild to see yesterday and kind of unbelievable, but the details are coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
There's a crash where Colonial Drive meets Alafia Trail, an accident on Narcoossee Road at Boggy Creek Road. Traffic is slowing down on I-4 before US 27 and through that World Drive area. There's emergency construction blocking the express lanes, slowing down traffic on State Road 429 southbound at Independence Toll Plaza. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Shoe Station.
Shoe Station is now open at Seminole Town Center in Sanford. Experience shoe shopping like never before with all the brands you love like Brooks, Birkenstock, Cole Haan, New Balance, Skechers, and more. Visit Shoe Station, now open at Seminole Town Center.
Our
iHeartRadio Music Awards celebrated the music and artists you've loved listening to all year on iHeartRadio. Brought to you by Jeep.
It's now streaming on Hulu for a limited time.
Bad Bunny,
Billie Eilish,
Glorilla,
Kenny Chesney,
Money Long,
Nelly,
your host, LL Cool J,
plus Lady Gaga,
Mariah Carey,
Gracie Abrams,
and iHeartRadio's Tour of the Century Award, honoring Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Streaming now on Hulu.
You wouldn't know it, but most financial advisors are put in a box. I'm Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I want to provide you a little insight about financial advisors. Most financial advisors have to sell what their company requires them to sell, and many advisors have to only adhere to what's called a suitability standard. A suitability standard is a limited standard of care, not requiring what's sold to be best, just suitable. Advisors with this loose standard often have limited investment and product selection. Trajan Wealth is held to a fiduciary standard, which is the highest standard of care in the advisory business. And that's just one of the many reasons we have billions of dollars under our care and attract clients from other advisors. Raise your standards today and call Trajan Wealth. 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Brought to you by the Capital One Venture X card. As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to bring you closer to the athletes you love. Literally, with premium travel benefits from the Capital One Venture X card. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when booking on Capital One Travel and access to airport lounges worldwide. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Get ready for excitement at Daytona Beach and Orange City Racing and Kart Club. The all-new $2,500 monthly tournament leaderboard is here. Win $1,000 and a $300 entry into the Tournament of Champions in 2026. Plus $1,500 for 2nd through 5th place each month. And mark your calendars for Saturday, March 22nd, where you can win $1,000 every 20 minutes from 11 a.m. to midnight. Be there for all the action.
Brought to you by the Capital One Saver Card. As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports, Capital One wants to help you hear more about today's top female athletes, learn more about your favorite teams, and earn more, like unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, and grocery stores. So enjoy the game, the meal, the show, and earn unlimited 3% cash back.
2 minutes, folks. 2 minutes. 2 minutos. 2 minutos. Minutos. 2 minutes.
By Anderson, and what a difference they can make for your home. But why just take my word for it when you can hear from Chelsea from Renewal by Anderson herself?
Thanks, Deborah. Renewal by Anderson's custom-built, energy-efficient Acclaim Impact windows and doors will not only enhance the beauty and value of your home, but also increase your comfort. Plus, these windows and doors are made to reduce outside noise, creating more peaceful living environment.
So make sure you take advantage of Renewal by Anderson's 31-day spring sale. Chelsea, what are you offering for the month of March?
We're excited to offer buy one, get one 40% off windows and patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months.
Bonus, first 50 callers save an additional $25 per window.
Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
Orlando's premier comedy club and restaurant is the Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Funny Marco, March 21st through 22nd, with a massive audience of over 10 million fans across all social media platforms. Funny Marco is redefining the entertainment industry. Check our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available, as well as parking discounts for all guests. Follow us on social media platforms and get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com. We'll see you at the show.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. You know we've got 3 area locations, so we've got the new Kia you're looking for in stock and ready to go. And you can drive home your new Kia in 1 hour or less, like a new 2025 Kia K4. Lease for only $159 per month for 24 months with $35.95 due at signing. We want to see you in a Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
Qualified applicants through KFA includes $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 0 security deposit plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 4/5/25.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
We know you're loving the new preset feature on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite new thing.
But did you know that you can make almost anything a preset? Your favorite local station, sure. But your favorite podcast, that amazing playlist you made for free, even iHeart stations you can't get on the radio, like Deep Cuts, The Vinyl Experience, and 70s and 80s Rock Ride.
That's a game changer.
Whatever you choose, it's as easy as a tap to make a preset. Find out what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Show anytime. If you want to be anonymous, well, you could just put that right up on top, and it'll help me to look and see. You don't want your name said on the show. But it's a great way to join us, and you don't have to be worried about your voice or the sound of your dispatch. Just tips at thenewsjunkie.com is fine. I can't tell you how many people I've met over the years who will go, I've always wanted to join with one of those dispatch things, but I just...
Oh, same.
I don't like the sound of my voice.
I hate it. I get very nervous. I'm like, listen to the show and know that there's nothing to worry about.
No, we'll embarrass ourselves far more than you will. That's number one.
I get it, though. I used to hate the sound of my own voice.
Really?
Yeah, everybody does until you hear it enough. Now I don't feel that way, but we've been subjected to so many hours of the voices of all three of us that...
we were, both of us, very squeaky. Very squeaky when we started the show.
Yeah, and even faster, I think, than now. I think I'm slower than I used to be. I used to talk even faster than this. But here we go. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. And Kurt emails the show. He says, so most police sketches or pictures that they show on news are composite drawings. They are from picking eyes, nose, head shapes, and ears from a computer screen and sliding it all in together and creating a composite drawing. Few police departments... this is like, I don't know if this is voice to text, bud, but it is a mess. Few police departments stop artists haven't included a link to the former sheriff department, Orange County.
This is why you sent a dispatch.
Sketch artist Steve Fusco. This guy is a true artist. He created composite or victim drawings. When somebody was arrested, he would look just like the portrait. I'll take a look at it. He sent a link over to one of the people who he said is like a real artist in this world. And let me see, Kurt. Steve Fusco? Steve Fusco. Oh,
Fusco!
He may have been responsible for a couple of the ones that we were looking at. Oh, this guy's very good. Yeah. Yeah, he's quite good compared to some of the other folks out there.
Did he autograph that police sketch?
I think he did. This is art. I mean, this is a person who is a skilled artist who's doing this job, and they're very, very valuable, I think, to a police department. And then you got the other ones where you see the sketch and you go, what is this? I'm not going to say I could do better than that because I am very bad at writing and drawing. Not writing words. I'm good with my words, especially in written form. But I write in such a way. Poor C-Lane, when he has to look at the lineup for weekends,
why aren't you typing it?
Tell me what it says. Well, because I got a sheet next to me. I just fill it out when we're going. But it is, if this was left and aliens took a look, it would take the rest of their existence to try to determine what I have on this page in front of me.
Or maybe the opposite. Maybe it's very close to alien handwriting.
It could be. I look at it and I go, and sometimes when I don't remember the name of a segment, I write segment 12 on the sheet in front of me. It says the time and the date for Weekend Edition. And then I wrote in very sloppy writing, not sure about topic, but I figured Selena would see it and then not know that I forgot what the topic was for.
Hold on. I feel like there was one last week and I can't find it. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Here we go. Thursday, 2:15.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing segment.
Yeah.
And if I didn't already know that he had put something like that on here, good luck trying to read that S.
Yep. I don't want him to know that I forget sometimes. And I have no idea what that amazing segment was about. But Steven emails the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, about Mark Rober and the Tesla video where he painted a wall to make it look like the road continued on. And he wanted to see if the Tesla would stop and realize that there was a wall or if it would just drive right through it. As it did. It drove right through it. He says he did not have the Tesla in FSD mode. He only had it in autopilot, which is where you just keep in your lane and it keeps your speed consistent. What is FSD mode?
Full self-driving.
Full self-driving. Okay, so he's saying he had it on something that would just keep you in your lane and keep your speed going, so therefore it would run into the wall. But even to Sabrina's point, my car, my Genesis, I know for sure, has a feature that if I'm about to hit something, it will lock up the brakes.
Right.
If I'm like right in the warning zone about to hit something, it will hit the brakes.
My car does not, by the way. And that
Nope,
it
same.
took out my blind spot monitoring. But
It seems scary because you think of that going wrong, but you would rather have a car that had it?
Oh, without a doubt. When we were in Ireland a couple years ago, the car that we rented, thank God, had it because I had not put it all the way in park and it immediately stopped before I hit a sign.
Oh, wow.
That I did not buy the insurance. So I appreciate that feature.
You almost crashed in Ireland?
I was in a parking spot, but I guess I did not put it all the way in park, and there I am chatting it up, and it braked by itself. And great, but as far as the Mazda goes, no, I have a giant ass dent, and I don't have the blind spot monitoring anymore.
It's time for a new vehicle. Get the Jeep Wrangler you're talking about.
I don't know. We'll see.
Wrangle it up.
I don't have the funds. I don't want a car payment.
So the emailer suggests that it wasn't it was in autopilot and not FSD is what they were saying.
Mm-hmm.
In autopilot, they still have automatic emergency braking.
They do,
which detects potential collisions and applies the brakes accordingly to reduce impact. So
did not.
That was the whole point of the demonstration, was that it was supposed to hit the wall.
Is it possible that because you could see kind of through the wall, it seemed almost translucent?
Yeah.
In the video, maybe the car did not detect that.
I don't know. I don't know what went wrong here, but I know that a lot of Tesla bros are fighting about this, and I am aware enough to know I should keep my distance on this because I don't know about this technology. I do know, I don't know if you've seen this, Sabrina, but Courtney, I told you a lot of times she'll show me the videos that she's collected and bookmarked on Instagram at the end of the day, and it'll be like funny videos that are just like viral stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She showed me a video. Damn it, I wish I could play, but I think the girl might curse in it. This girl
can't do it on mute?
It's not going to get the point across if
All
I do it on mute. I'll ask her during the break and see if we could do it before we leave. But this girl starts filming, and I kind of love and hate videos that start abruptly and then kind of end abruptly. And she starts the video on her TikTok, and she's looking at the camera, and she goes, "Y'all, I just got rear-ended something fierce. Like, oh my God, somebody just plowed in my car.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Keep going.
We got to see what the damage is." And so she's getting out of the car that just crashed, and you see the camera go over to the girl that just ran into her, and she's crying. And the girl that's filming goes, "Oh, it's okay, honey." And she goes, "That's not okay. I've been in 2 accidents in the last 3 days."
Absolutely. Know what video you're talking about.
And it just cuts off abruptly, and you're like, I want to dive into this world and just kind of wander around.
Oh, same. And trend that was going around was subtle foreshadowing. And it's like someone eating S, but they will play the beginning of the video and then just show a flash of them falling. And then they'll just keep doing the subtle foreshadowing until the final moment where they completely eat all the cement that is underneath them.
Oh.
And it is beautiful. And I love it.
What a good time. I like
love
that stuff,
people
too.
getting hurt. It is classic like the fart.
Something about you saying eating cement gave me like a vision of teeth hitting concrete. I cringed real hard just now.
Oh, that happened to my cousin one time. I don't know if I've told this story.
Brad.
My cousin was working at his dad's warehouse, and they were moving a large steel beam, I believe. Very, very, very heavy.
Not good for teeth.
And they got a bunch of people to all get together and pick up this big steel beam, and they went to move it across the garage. And when they set it down on his hand, and it was squishing his hand.
Ow.
And they had to rush over and pick it up and get his hand out of there, so it squished his hand real quick. And he stood up, and he was kind of trying to walk it off, and he blacked out. And when he blacked out, he went onto the concrete floor face first.
Oh.
No resistance. No, like, putting your arms out to stop yourself. Front teeth, woo!
Gone.
Right out the mouth.
See ya.
Just imagine yourself standing up and just falling teeth first into the concrete.
Here.
And you don't put your elbows out, you don't put your hands out, you just eat the concrete, as you said there. Juan emails the show. Oh, shoot. We got to take a quick break. When we come back,
Sorry, Juan.
We'll do Juan's emails. We'll do the final emails, the final dispatches, the stories that didn't make the cut, and Today I Learned to wrap everything up for a Share the Show Tuesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on the show, scheduled to appear is Maria Comstock. Her father is a former Russian spy, and she interviews spies. We'll do What You Do That's New. For trivia, it's tickets to Glass Animals or Orlando City Soccer. We'll end it up with It's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth. Plus your calls, text, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, Central Florida, and happy Tuesday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be seeing a bit of a cool start to our day, but temperatures will warm up in a big way by this afternoon, with highs climbing into the middle to upper 70s. A high of around 78 degrees today in Orlando with plenty of sunshine. We'll stay dry and warm as we head into our Wednesday with highs right around the low to middle 80s. Same for Thursday as a weak cold front tries to slide through, bringing with it the slim chance of a sprinkle or two, but only a 20% chance. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Folks, let me tell you about Mills Air. They are a great company. They check all of the boxes. Locally owned, family owned, and they are an honest company, which is what I look for in the people who I bring on to help me out when something like my AC going bad happens. And this stuff just happens, unfortunately. But it's a company that's been in business since 1992. So they didn't just start last week, and you're in good hands with Mills Air. Their techs can service any brand out there. Do not worry about what kind of AC you have or how old it is. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. And one of those Carrier units can save you a ton on your power bill. That plus the $1,275 in rebates you could get on a brand new Carrier unit, this makes it a no-brainer. So call the experts at Carrier and call the experts at Mills Air. They are ready for you right now. Give them a call to schedule your appointment, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit. Call now. 407-337-5569.
This is Noel from Stuff They Don't Want You to Know. If you could lose 10.4 pounds in a single month, would you try? Well, with Future Health, you can.
That's right. Future Health gives millions access to affordable meds like Ozempic and semaglutide for less than $3 a day.
You just take a quick 3-minute survey, and if approved, boom, your meds are delivered right to your door within 24 hours for free.
I've personally used these medications and found that it really helped me get an edge on appetite suppression when paired with diet and exercise.
Folks, I have to tell you, you've been a great audience today. You've been an amazing, wow, what a great audience. You've been unbelievable today. We couldn't do it without you. And so today, as we wrap things up on this Share the Show Tuesday stream, I want to pick my chatter of the day. And I would like to say, chatter of the day, BDMXCon. I'm going to give it to BDMXCon. Often with interesting things to add to the show, BDMXCon is a noted person in the chat room. I support them in many ways, and I think they're great. I don't know if this person has a penis or a vagina. I don't know much about them other than I see their name in chat quite a bit, and they're also a BDM. So that makes them somebody who likes Tom and Dan, and that's good by me, friend. BDMXCon, congratulations. You were chatter of the day. Congratulations, sir or madam. All right? Congrats. Hard to hear when I walk away? It's hard to hear right now. It's not hard to hear. You can still hear me. I know you can.
Qualified buyers for purchase of a new 2025 Sportage excludes hybrid PHEV or 2025 Sorento. $17.48 per month per 1,000 financed at 60 months. No down payment required. Subject to vehicle availability and dealer participation. Must take delivery by 4/30/25. Limited inventory available. See Kia dealer for available stock.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Rocket is giving every home one address. Rocket.com, a single seamless home ownership platform to help you find, buy, sell, finance, even refinance your home. Everything you need, all under one roof. Visit Rocket.com, the new home for all things home ownership. Rocket, own the dream.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. The video is just littered with curse words, but the girl in her crashed car, and the one who she crashes into, that woman goes, it's okay, honey. And she goes, it's not okay. I've been in 2 accidents in 3 days. And I'm like,
that's
damn,
a lot.
You're a bad driver.
I think Uber is for you, my gal.
Yeah.
You just could be having a bad week or a bad 3 days.
I mean, you know what's crazy? Just crazy to think about. Jackson, in some number of years, not a small number, but some number of years, your son will be driving. And when you think about those things, at first it's very scary. Like, you start thinking, should we be able to drive at this age? Like when Dylan first started driving, I was like, should Dylan be able to drive? I don't know about this. And just recently,
and then you realize the then he could drive himself places, and
Yeah,
Has
you
he
don't have to
driven
do
you
it.
yet?
Then I had to be the same person. I had to learn how to drive. I would drive with him. I'm sure he drives fine.
No, but he's never driven you.
No, I've never
Wow.
driven in the car with him. No,
Nothing
no.
felt weirder to me than having my little siblings drive me.
Mhm.
And mind you, they're in their 30s now.
Right.
But it was like
Still sticks with you.
so it just blew my mind. Mind you, I was also trying to drive as 7th grade, 8th grade. We would be an hour after church got out because I wanted to do the circles in the parking lot. So I always thought I'd be the only one driving forever.
Oh man, good times. Way
Yeah,
back
a little
then.
bit about me.
We're sharing. We're sharing. It's
I
the week
appreciate
of
that.
sharing on a Share the Show Tuesday. Even Juan emails the show,
Juanito,
and he says, "Hello, News Junkie. Happy Share the Show Tuesday. I'll do my part to share the show with my regulars at work. Just got the merch I ordered this weekend, and I got to say, I'm loving this shirt. I put my C-Lane sticker on my driver's side mirror, and the magnet is in my truck.
Hey, my mom also, I thought, was not going to appreciate the sticker that much. And she's
What'd you do to your eye,
she goes,
Christopher?
oh, my Irish mother.
What you do to your eye, Christopher?
She's like, oh, yeah, the shirt's great. One of my favorite shirts. And sticker fits perfectly on my AirPod case so that it stands out.
She's
and
got
sent
her
me a
own-
picture.
That's my baby boy.
Her own son with a shiner like you ain't never seen ever. Looking good. I love that sticker. That's a good one. Thank you. Oh, can't wait to order the next merch drop to put a magnet on my work delivery truck. Thank you for keeping me entertained throughout my route. Dallas-Fort Worth loves you, News Junkie. By the way, I'm interested in adopting a C-Lane. Wouldn't mind having a C-Lane help me deliver packages while I sit on the driver's seat watching like a proud parent while he gets chased by dogs out here in the Texas countryside, he says.
Look at my boy.
Thank you for the email. Appreciate you, sir. And with that, we'll get the hell out of the way, and we'll make way for the next show by doing this. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, March 17th, 2025. Today I Learned this show right here.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Damn it.
That's right, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Yale psychologists compared Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood to Sesame Street, and they found that children who watched Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood tended to remember more of the storylines and demonstrated a much higher tolerance of delay, meaning they were more patient. They were smarter kids. So if you like Mr.
Elmo
Rogers
has no patience.
over Sesame
That
Street,
was awful.
it was in the ballpark.
You know what I just thought of?
I'm Elmo.
Mr. Nager's Robber Hood.
Mr. Nager's Robber Hood. Yes.
Or
that
Mr.
was,
Neighbor's Roger Hood or something
a
like
verbal slip up on the show years and years ago, or
Who done did that?
I think it was you, wasn't
Damn it. I was hoping it was you.
it? It was like when you were telling the story and you said, I hit the rock with the kid on the head.
Okay. Maybe I have a dyslexia of the mouth.
I like that one. All right. Today I learned Red Fox, the famed comedian.
Fox
helped
Red.
Pat Morita, who I think is the Karate Kid guy, with the down payment on his home with no IOU, but he said just pay it forward. Pat Morita would later help a young man who asked for the same amount of money to get his life started, an upstart comedian by the name of Robin Williams. Now you know. What else we got here? Today I learned Navy bean soup has been on the menu of the Senate dining room.
Navy beans, Navy beans, Navy beans.
Every single day they have served this in the Senate dining room since 1903.
Wow.
That
Sounds disgusting.
It's not a winner. It doesn't sound great to me. Today I learned, I don't know if we did this one. This lady?
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj is correct. Her original stage name was Nicki Miraj. Maraj, which is her actual name.
Oh, but they couldn't see it.
People in Hollywood said that's never going to work. Does that just say blazing up? Is that all that worked out there? I just heard one
Blazing
line
up.
from. So they said Nicki Miraj won't work. People won't buy that album. You've got to change it. So she changed it to Nicki Minaj, which doesn't seem very different. And finally, here we go. Today I learned this band right here. Weezer. Weezer is correct. Their second album, Pinkerton, was voted the third worst album of the year by Rolling Stone readers in 1996.
You kidding?
6 years later, they voted it the 16th best album of all time. What a
So
comeback
good.
that was. It was super good time.
Huge fan
We'll
of that.
see you all later. Sayonara,
Really, like, my
everybody.
name is Jonas.
Sign up for the podcast, newsjunkie.com.
Miss any of the show? Get the podcast on the website, thenewsjunkie.com.